So what country are you coming out of? Or in?
I'm coming out of Romania.
I'm sorry,
It's a
say again?
country.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, nice strike. I was just asking because I was not aware what country he was in, and then you popped in. I couldn't quite hear him.
Romania.
Oh, Romania. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about it this morning on the early watch.
Oh, we're live now. Okay. Thanks, Maggie.
Anyways, so what's going on, Dano?
Nothing. Just got some time to kill. I was sitting here bored after de-dusting the inside of my computer.
Ooh, I hate having to do that.
Because I kept on getting in my place in the wintertime, I don't have a dehumidifier. So it gets very staticky. So a suggestion, and I forget if it was from Jablux or somebody else, is I went ahead and sprayed it out, and then I took a pitcher of water, and I just have it next to my computer to provide some minimal humidity.
I think that was from me.
Yes.
I used the method with the pot of water on my heating element.
So the motherboard itself was, pretty darn clean, as was the main fan for the container. But the fan on the CPU was a bit dusty.
Yeah, the
as well as
CPU fan need to be cleaned more often.
The heat riser. So I took the heat riser and fan off, sprayed that out, sprayed the board just in case, along with the main fan for the unit itself. So
Nice.
Hopefully we'll see if that makes a difference or not.
So I got the last piece of the puzzle today.
The trigger?
No, I got the what do we call it? For my C308 set me build, I got I have the bayonet. I have the flash hider on it now. It's a pain in the ass to get on, by the way. And I got the sling today. So minus the Navy lower I have on the gun, it's, for all intents and purposes, a set me rifle.
So have you already assembled everything except that last component?
Except that last component. Who the hell is? Hold on. All right. I'm just putting the Navy lower on there right now because I have to redo the set me lower. Probably gonna have to have a gunsmith help me because I don't have a TIG welder. I'm just gonna have him weld on that plate. So that because remember they put on a shelf on the C308 and PTR 91 rifles. They put a shelf on so you can't put the full auto pin through.
Right.
Which is stupid because all that pin does is handle the paddle the magazine paddle and keep the grip housing attached to the rifle. That's all it does. But they think it has something to do with full auto, so the ATF says you can't have it, which is absolute bullshit if you look at the way the rifle is configured and is built and how the parts work. Yeah, that pin has nothing to do with full auto.
And I don't disagree with you at all, but what it does raise is an interesting question. I always wonder that somewhere in the world there is literally one person that looked at that and within the ATF and said, I think that's a good idea. Let's go with that. And you always wonder, who is that person?
No, I don't want to know who that person is because then I would blacklist them, and say, watch out for this guy. He is a miser and he likes to make people's lives miserable. So watch out for this guy.
I mean, because we always think of, the ATF as just this big monolith, corporation of itself, when in fact it's made up of groups of individuals. And there is literally a person, whether it's a technician or whether it's a manager or whether it's a supervisor, that said, I approve this. I think it's a good idea. Let's do it.
I got to go. I'll be right back. I got to take care of something.
Yep, you take care of that.
When I get back, I'll show you the rifle.
Just don't tap it more than twice.
No, but taking care of something.
You do that. So, how are things? I don't have a European map in front of me here. So, roughly speaking, how far either to the north from Germany are you, or to the south from Turkey are you?
Where in the north we have the Ukraine, and in the other part of the country, like in the north, the east, I think it's Hungary. In the other, I think then you have like Moldova, then Russian, yes, Russian. Then I think in the south, in the bottom of the country, it's Bulgaria.
Yeah, I just pulled up a map, so at least I can get a better appreciation for where you're at. And obviously, depending on where, and I'm not asking you this question, but depending on where is in Romania, would determine on how one would be concerned about one's safety in regards to what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening down in over on the Black Sea. And of course, once you have contact with the Black Sea, then that introduces not only the Russian factor, but also the Turkish component of that as well.
Well, it was a joke around sometime that the Black Sea, it's actually Russian, the Russian sub depot. It's a Russian sub depot.
Yes.
And my country, who, by the way, has a sub, have a submarine, don't have money for the batteries to operate it. So that is the country I live in. They don't have money to operate the submarines, so they don't have money to buy new batteries.
Right. And for various, what we used to call Eastern Bloc countries, have those similar problems as when it comes to finances.
Yep. Actually, the fact that we are in the EU and in NATO make us like 2% of our product, our country product, to go to the army. So that like 2% of the country GDP.
Right. Now I know that's the NATO requirement of all of NATO's members is they finance NATO to within the 2%. But there's a number of European countries that have that requirement but don't live up to it.
Well, my country need to live up to it.
I'm sorry, say again.
My country really needs to live up to it. Our military, it's kind of on the ground.
Right. And I certainly understand things like feeding people have to come first. Making sure people have basic medical care needs to come first.
Yeah, that fact, it's kind of a good and a bad side.
And
like
of course,
we have free medical care, but not the highest in the world.
Right. If it's not very good, it doesn't matter if it's free.
Yep. Actually, I live like near 6 or 7 hospitals in my area.
Uh-huh. Now, how about the has the educational system gotten better, worse, or the same since the change in your country 25 years ago?
Well, the educational system, it's very, very outdated. What I mean by that, they have the old mentality. I mean, the mentality of the Soviet Union, that a child needs to be good at all the things you learn at school. Right now, some European countries have they changed the system. Like if you are good on one subject, you can do only that subject, not to excel yourself in many subjects. For example, I do math, I do Latin, I do my language, I do German, I do English, I do physics, I do sport education, I do natural science, and I do like some hour of public education. That was like what I do in like 12 classes. And I think I have like 6 or 7 hours a day per day to stay at school. And the homeworks, a lot of homeworks, of course. And I think that was the bad part of the system. But it's good that the system is free. Actually, the government it's give you like $30 or less than $30 a month, they give you that money to go to school.
So you get the education is free plus the $30 or 30 euros.
Yep, they get that money to you, so you can buy
Food.
books, pens, whatever you need.
Right. Okay.
And that give you every month, and you can accumulate months, and then like you have everything on your card, and you with that card you can buy things. They actually
So
actually
to
for
what
my country that's a lot of money to be given to a child for nothing.
so to what when I say level, I mean years of education is a child or a young person allowed to get for free? Like in the United States, typically 12 years, which is considered the end of high school. Child may be 18 years old, typically, is free. And then after that is college. That'd be year 13, 14, 15, 16. Now that you have to pay for in the United States.
Well, I have like 12 classes. I have my like college in your country completely free, or you can pay your college. It depends on what notes you have in your school, like what marks you get. And right now I am in a in a specialization school for 2 years to get better and to get another piece of paper.
Okay.
So that was free too, because I have good notes, and the government pay for all of this. So actually, I think the only thing I pay was 1 year in college, and that was all.
Okay. So in your country, all students are allowed to get 1 year of college. Is that correct?
No, you can get everything free, but I need to redo a year due to some problems, and it was like $1,000 to redo that year.
Okay. Now, at least in the United States and Western Europe, there's what's referred to as higher education, and there's several different levels of higher education. There's what's called your bachelor's level, which is year 13, 14, 15, 16, and then there's the master's level, which is year 17, 18, and then there's the doctorate's level, which is can be either year 17, 18 or 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Well, right now I am in my master level in the first year.
Okay.
My master. And probably while the doctorate level, that is where you need to pay.
Okay.
So
So
that's the
in your
only,
country, as long as you have good marks, you can get a master's level education.
yep. And
Okay.
actually, if you get good marks in your college, you can get like finances from government.
Okay.
They give you like $100 or $200 per month.
Okay. Now, as we discussed earlier, like with free medical care, it may be free, but unless it may not be good just because it's free.
Well, it depends what kind of medic you are going to. For example, me, who I live in a big city, I get a lot of hospital. I can get pretty good care. And for example, if I go to medic and get myself some medicaments or some pills to get, I can get that because I'm a student for free or for half a price. Meds and stuff like that. I get actually kind of the kind of reduced price. If a pill for normal it's like $1, I can get for 50 cents because I'm a student.
Okay. I have a slightly different question for you, and I apologize if you've probably already been asked this, but I have not heard what you have said. So, what, if any, in fact, maybe you had shared this with me, that in your country you're just allowed to have non-lethal firearms?
In my country, for a normal human like me, so not someone very important, someone who is like super rich, super
Civilian.
Right.
Exactly, a civilian. I can get a hunting permit, and I need to do like 2 or 3 hunting a year to get that permit. And I can get a shotgun or a hunting rifle with 5 shots max capacity. And for like someone like me doesn't do hunting or doesn't do nothing, I can get a pistol with non-lethal rounds. But for that, I need like a ton of paperwork, a ton of taxes, and to wait a little bit for that. They actually, after all the paperwork is finished, you get the gun when you go to the store and pick it up.
Okay.
But,
Now, my next question is, if my understanding is correct, and I may be wrong, is that with the current agreement within the EU, is that once you finish your education, you do have the ability to work in other European countries. Is that correct?
yes, actually, even without education, I can work in any countries. But some profession, like doctors, master, in some other like IT specialist, can get an European card. And that European card, it's like a passport, and you can get with that card in any other European country, and the one who wants to hire you will probably hire you because you have that card. That card, it's like a recognition for your work. Like you have that card, you can get in any EU country and get jobs, better jobs than someone who doesn't have that card.
So at this point, once you complete your education, do you want to, long term, do you want to stay within your country, or are you thinking about working outside your country?
Well, to be honest, I want to get myself some higher education and to get myself some better equipment and start a small business
Oh, okay.
in my country. Probably will be something around firearms. But for that, I need a ton of paperwork and the government approval.
Mm-hmm.
And probably my workshop will be situated in a military base or something like that. Because
Now,
you need a secure location.
is that something that, in addition to the money and the paperwork, that you also need to have? In this country, we call it political connections, people that you know in power to get the approvals.
Probably you need at any level someone who gets you in the right direction, or to bribe someone.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's called a fee, and then if they wink at you, it's called a bribe.
Yeah. But actually, in some countries like China, bribery, it's actually legal if that person declares that money to the bank, the central bank, to get like taxes on that money.
Mm-hmm.
And that was some kind of system they want to implement for medics, because medics here, and that is my opinion only, so that's not the country opinion, it's my opinion. Medics get paid by the patient and by the government, and the government say the patient should not pay for some what they call free things. For example, if you go in an operation, you need to pay the medic to wake up safely. Or if you don't pay, you probably end up not waking up at all.
So I'm assuming from what you've said that you must have some sort of connections that you feel confident in creating your own business then.
Well, you can create your own business like anywhere in the EU, and you get money for the government, like 30,000 euros to start your business. Or 10,000 if you want to not give that money back. And for 5 years, you are a tax-free business. But you not need to exceed like 500 euros a month in production and in profit. There are some strange laws, and I'm really interested in a job about making stuff with 3D printers and making mechanical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was thinking about making a business about making some robotic arm for some disabled people at lower prices. Because everyone, probably if you have some friends who have some disability, you know that the thing that they get, it's very expensive. Like they are uber expensive to buy like a prosthetic arm or a prosthetic leg or some prosthetics. And 3D printing actually make it really cheap to make, like to say a robotic arm that actually moves and it's durable. Because sometimes you need to think safety of the people first and to think about the people.
So it sounds like as long as you have a good idea, the government will pay for just about anybody to start their own business.
Yep.
Wow.
But you need a ton of paperwork, like really a ton of paperwork. They call European projects. And they are approved by the EU Commission. And the government give you money then.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is the good part of
They would
entering the EU.
help start a business like that.
Yep. But worst part is that you need to have half of money yourself, and the government will pay the other half.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Well, if you have your project approved, the banks can loan you that money for a short period of time without any interest. Yeah, my
So what are
country.
you looking to do?
Well, my country is very strange in many parts.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Well, we have like 112 taxes that refer to the same tax, and the government want to reduce that number of taxes because actually it's one tax, but it's 120 names long.
What part of Romania was Vlad from?
Vlad the Impaler was from Transylvania. Transylvania is like the central part of Romania.
Is it
It's
central?
like the northern center part.
Okay.
The part who is next to Hungary. And in the World War One, Romania almost conquered Hungary. Was like the 2-year war between our countries, and we entered Budapest and then go before Budapest. And actually, America make us stop.
Because we're awesome like that.
Yeah, awesome, but not so awesome in the first war.
Well, that's only because the Germans were pissed off that we were using shotguns in the trenches. And, because it was against the Hague Convention. And, we had to remind them, hey, we never signed that convention.
The World War One Germans, or just to say the Prussians, use gas and flamethrowers. So
Everybody abused whatever conventions they did or did not sign in World War One.
yeah, but the worst part of the World War One was that the Germans never see that they are defeated, because the Germans, I know that because I actually do a lot of European history in my master degree, and they actually didn't accept the defeat because they have treaties with the European nations saying that they are the victors of that war. And America literally changed the course of the war.
No, America won that war. The Americans have it written down that we won that war. Because if we hadn't entered the war at that point in time, it literally would have gone on for another 3 or 4 years.
Well, if the America didn't enter that war, I don't think we'll have the World War II.
No, we probably wouldn't have World War. No, if France hadn't made Germany sign the Treaty of Versailles, we wouldn't have had World War II.
Well, many things happened that time. Like I said, my country still uses like muzzle loaders that time, and Germany used like machine guns. Yes. Shit. My country always was an agricultural country. A country, sometime like in the communist era, it was called the fields of Europe, and they actually make enough cereal to that time to supply the entire Eastern Bloc. And actually, my country was kind of like the second or third car manufacturer in the communist bloc. So we exported a lot of shit overseas. Like the African area, even now you can see in Africa cars that are made in Romania in the communist era, because that shit never breaks. They are made stupid simple, and you can probably fix it with a stick and some zip ties.
Oh, there we go again. Those full auto sticks.
Yep, the full auto sticks. The sticks with you can punch your enemy with it.
Yeah, that was the joke we had this morning on the early watch. He's like, I can still have sticks, and I went, all right, we have full auto sticks now.
Full semi-automatic sticks and the assault shovel, and don't forget about that Ben rocks, that fully automatic rocks that.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. I keep forgetting about those rocks.
Yeah, the rocks are the one that will get you. But believe it or not, the rocks actually kill many Turks or many Ottomans.
Which is funny.
No, that is real fact.
No. The point is, it's funny that it actually works.
Well, if you have like in my country, there are mountains, and there are so-called trecători. They are like passages, and the Romanians usually wait until Turks enter that opening and then throw rocks at them and the logs. And actually was very efficient by crushing the enemy.
Hey, Dano, check the internal.
Okay.
I've got I've got 2 links of what it looks like now.
Nice. You got the wood furniture, not the
I got-
plastic one.
I got the wood furniture. I've got the actual bayonet. I've got an A2 flash hider on it, birdcage, and I've got the sling on it. All I have to do is just replace that grip housing, and I'm done.
Yeah, there's nothing like good wood.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think I need to do this. Here we go.
By the way, that you got the scope mount. I think you didn't get that.
No, that rail on top that was welded to the frame when I got it, so I can't take that off.
Yeah, you didn't get the L model probably. You get the normal.
So
Now, did you get that top piece from an individual, or did you get it from a company?
no, that comes on every C308 the Sentry sells. They
Okay,
weld that rail on top.
So Century added the rail.
Yeah, it's non-removable.
Is it? I'm curious as far as the quality of the job in regards to it being straight.
As far as I can tell, it's pretty straight. I'm just glad that the bayonet with the flash hider on there now fits properly, and there's hardly any wiggle room, as opposed to with that chevron brake that I hated with the passion. I did not like that chevron brake at all.
Because of the side blast, or because of what?
Because of the way it looks. I wasn't a fan of it, the aesthetics.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody wants it, they can have it. I don't want it. I'm never putting it back on the rifle.
I mean, I've only fired one, and that was Foos's. And
Yeah.
it had a good kick to it. So if somebody's kick sensitive, it's not necessarily the rifle for them. Of course, his also had the polymer stock and foregrip, not the wood.
Right. Well, I opened this thing, the rifle up, and I looked at all the internal parts, and except for that HK Navy lower, everything else on the rifle, aside from the stock and the handguards, was all set-me parts. The only thing that wasn't set-me was the original stock that came with the rifle, the handguards, and that plastic lower. The trigger group, the trigger pack, everything else, the bolt and everything, even the bayonet look on it, that's all set-me. That was all set-me. So I decided, you know what? Instead of just leaving in a mishmash of HK and set-me parts, I'll just buy the set-me parts and put it on the rifle myself. And I think it looks better for it.
What was the country of origin of the semi rifle?
Spain.
Spain.
And
The
do you
Spain
know roughly
military
when they
developed it.
stopped producing them?
Not particularly.
I was just curious.
I can look it up for you.
Actually, the Spain first start developing the rifle, then the Germans buy the patent, then they say, like in the 80s, they revisit that patent.
Here, let me. I've got it up here. The set-me was the company itself was founded in 1949. I think the rifle. I think it's the Model C. Yeah, the Model C. I'm looking for it. I think it was 1958, 1950. No, production of the rifle began in 1957. It does not say when they stopped making them, but I can assume somewhere around probably the 70s is when they stopped making them. And they did licensed the design to Heckler and Koch, Heckler and Koch, and they went and made them in Germany as the G3, and then the later semi-auto variant, the HK91. So, I mean, if I could get a hold of some Set-Me mags that didn't cost me like $20 per magazine, I would get a couple magazines. But I'm not paying $20 for a magazine.
$20 is for a magazine is not obscene.
It's not obscene, but I can get the HK magazines that'll fit in the rifle and work just as well for like $2 or $3 a piece. So it's not about paying too much for the magazine. It's just the problem of, well, yeah, if I want it to look like an actual Set-Me, I need to pay $20 for a magazine. But at the same time, I can get like 20 of them for $2 a piece if they're HK91s or G3 magazines.
Well, would you want one just so you had a complete nuts to bolts duplicate as close as you could of the Set-Me?
Yeah, and I'll probably, in the next gun show that comes around, I'll probably go to the gun show and see if I can get a deal on one. Instead of buying one online, just go to the gun show and check to see if there's one that I could possibly just get for cheaper. Because you know how gun shows are.
Yeah. Do you does the Southeast have a I'm going to call it a mega sized gun show, like the middle part of the country, like Oklahoma does? I
don't think we do. I mean, all we have are the Mike Kent gun shows, and we have the Knife and Militaria show. That's all we got. And this is strictly in South Carolina. This isn't, anywhere else.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of the entire Southeast, not just your area. From the two Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia.
Yeah, Georgia has more shows than we do.
Part of Alabama. As I know, don't they have that big knife show somewhere down in the Southeast?
Yeah, Blade Show.
Yep.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it's been in Atlanta for years.
Yeah, DB, I got a question for you. I just asked Nice Strike, and he was not aware of any. But in the Southeast, generally speaking, are there any mega-sized gun shows?
Mega-sized.
Not just your state, but in the Southeast in general.
Mega? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think we have big ones here in Georgia, but we kind of have 2 or 3 that travel around the whole Southeast. And talking to the old heads that have been going to these things for decades and shit, they'll tell you like, it's about as good as it gets. Like the heyday is kind of over with. You know what I mean? But
okay,
we get them. We got a big one. I mean, but I wouldn't say like a super show, like almost like a convention center or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's like, fill up either half or most of a convention center.
No, I mean, not really. I mean, even Blade Show, we get gun shows that are, Blade Show I went to a couple times. It's not as big as people think. I mean, it's pretty small. But, I don't even know who really, like that Wanamaker thing that you guys went to. Is that what you guys did?
Yeah, that's the one in Tulsa that I went to.
Yeah. Not that I know of. No, not something like that.
Okay. I mean, because in the upper Midwest, I'm not aware of any.
Yeah.
Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan being a peninsula state like Florida is not necessarily. I mean, there's only one way in and one way out.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in the state of that stuff, but I go sometimes. It's fun, but most of it's like local gun shops in the nearby area, like within a couple 100 miles. And it seems like
Right.
they have tables, and then there's the guys that do the traveling throughout the Southeast, and they have their family with them and stuff, and their prices are all pretty, I don't know, comparable to what the local shops have. From what I understand, like if you wait till the end of the show, like on that Sunday, like you got to go there Friday, like Saturday morning when it opens, and get all the deals from like the private tables, and then we'll go on like Sunday when they're about to close up, and they say if you do that, these tables will be willing to start haggling, like getting some prices down real low.
Yeah, I've heard that same philosophy, and you know, depending on the table, you know, that may be very well true. As far as you know, oh, it looks like you're getting ready to pack it in for the weekend. Do you want to take that home, or are you willing to take half of what you got on the sticker?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the price that they get their firearm. For example, for rare guns, they probably don't accept like 50% off.
Right. Well, it's always better to start, you know, at a lower price and work your way up than to start. You don't want your first price to be accepted. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, if I see some very rare gun that is like a good price, probably I will take it.
But
It
there's,
is
you
what
know,
it is.
in the United States, sometimes we call it horse trading, where you go back and forth just a couple of times, where you don't really expect the person to take your first offer. But then again, you're not expected to necessarily take their first bid either.
Yeah, I understand that. Here it's not.
Right.
You can like change the price, but usually the price that they have on the sticker is usually the same that you will get anything.
You know,
Even
the
in the
other.
local.
I'm sorry.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
even like expect them to do that shit, because like some of these online gun guys, when they decide to blow stuff out on sale, like they're selling it at cost. They're almost selling it at cost. They're making like $10, $20 a gun. In local shops, they're not trying to make $10 a gun. They're trying to make, 50, 40, 50, 60, 100, whatever the hell they're doing. And I mean, I don't go into gun shops or gun shows expecting to get a mega deal. Well, you know what I mean? Like, but some of those prices are inflated just to buffer them from the haggling part. Like, they'll come down off that price, but that price is high anyway. Like when was the last time you saw a Glock for like $589?
I
Shit
see a
like
Glock
that.
right now for $450 and the
Yeah,
other for
Glock's-
$390.
Here in America, $500 is for a Glock is a good price. It's
Yeah,
a decent
but-
price. $489, $499, whatever the fuck. That's a that's what they
Gen
go
3.
for. Gen 3, I mean, I think Gen 4s, they give you that extra mag, so they want $529 for it or $520. That's decent. I don't know. I don't go into gun shop. I don't go to gun shows looking for deals like that. I go looking for shit that I like hard to find shit. When I used to like ancient weaponry, like from the 80s and the 90s, looking for mags or like the plastic grips on a West German SIG if mine had a crack in it or some shit, or looking for strange shit like, and then also going for bulk ammo because I figured I could go buy 1,000 rounds from a guy at a gun show, and it would be cool because I didn't have to pay that shipping. You know what I mean?
By the way, it's any of you having like the Waffle magazine for the AR-15? Like
Waffle for AR-15?
Yep.
No, I never saw that.
I've seen them. They make them, but they're not common.
Because like the German army just crushed like 1,000 of that magazine.
Oh, sweet. I've never seen that.
and actually they get like 24 euros for that magazine, and they get crushed. And they think they get the better deal.
I used to go for T-shirts.
You say crushed. Do you mean the government is destroying them?
No, they recycling them, and
they're
they
melting
put them on that machine that crush cars, and they crush the entire boxes of magazines.
Okay, so they are destroying them. I mean, they're recycling them, but they're no longer a magazine.
Yeah, and after they destroy that magazine, a guy say, you know, if you sell it to the US, you probably get like 100 times that money you just had, like that 25 euros for the aluminum.
So this recycling place, where are they? Are they getting the magazines from private citizens?
No, they're getting directly from the military.
Oh, okay.
The military have like a stockpile of them, and then they decided to throw it away, and they recycle it.
You know, one thing all governments have in common is they have no interest in saving money once a product is considered not desirable.
Yeah, like the Germans.
They have no interest in making more money either, because
Yeah.
they could sell that. They could sell that to surplus, to the United States, and get double their money on it.
Probably 1,000 times more, because one of that waffle magazine, I think, is go for $100 and something dollars.
Right, that's what Jay was just saying.
I think some guys say that the waffle magazine are made from unobtainium because no one seems to get it. That magazine.
I'm surprised you pick it. Your English is pretty good that you have some slang terms down.
Well, I watch a lot of anime, a lot of movies, but of course, because of my Russian descent and because of my Balkan area, I still have the Russian accent,
Uh-huh.
for the heavy Russian accent.
I'm sorry.
And because I am really familiar with the gun terms.
Gotcha.
Well, you're Russian. Russians are pretty familiar with guns in general.
I'm not a Russian. I am actually, if you get all my, like the family tree, you get I am part German, part Hungarian, part Slovak, and I think part Ukrainian. But for the last 150 years, I was in Romania area.
Yeah, well, technically, if you ask some Ukrainians, they'll say they're Russian.
Yep.
Well, those are like in the Crimea.
Not just Crimea. The eastern part of Ukraine, too.
Well, I think if you ask in Moldova, I think many will say that they are Russian.
Yes.
Because Russia actually exported a lot of their people in that area.
Much like Europe, unless things change, will sooner or later become Arabic.
Well, there was a meme on the internet, kind of a racist, with Vlad Tepes and other great soldiers of the country that fight the Ottoman Empire, saying that we don't want any kebab in our countries.
Mm-hmm. But I say that with all seriousness because if one looks at actually the reproductive rates of traditional either Western or Eastern Europeans of having smaller families nowadays, and you look at the traditional reproductive rate of in lands that are primarily Arab, where they traditionally are still having very large families, they will overrun over time the population of any country of which they reside in numbers.
I think first the gypsies will overrun us.
The women are very fertile. I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, they're very, very fertile.
Well, when you have like 12 kids and you have nothing to give them, I think you need to stop.
I think 20 kids is a good number. Like when you have 20 children,
Yeah,
And
that's when you stop.
Yeah, because nothing says freedom like if you don't submit to your husband, you will be killed.
Yeah.
or throw rocks at you.
Yeah, or stone you.
Nothing says we have enough children at 20. I mean, 20. I think 20 is a good number. The number one name in Great Britain last year for newborn babies was Muhammad. So that should tell you something. Because they're not playing around, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I said, the women are very fertile. They're not doing all this. They don't do the condom thing. You know what I'm saying? They're not
Well,
into condoms.
Yeah, they are like the Chinese who never.
I mean,
know I'm
reproductive
some-
rates are not racist. Reproductive rates are just simple facts.
I
Yeah,
don't think it's racist. I mean, to say they're having babies, it's fucking it's a fact. There are
I think
facts in this
the-
fucking world, man. It's funny because, like, you know, there are facts, and you know, that's it. That's a
I
fact.
think the Arab population will decrease in the next 2
They
or
know
3
this.
months.
The reason they know the fucking number one baby name in Great Britain was Muhammad is because they fucking know it. Because the hospitals, what's the name of this kid or whatever, you know? You can't argue with that shit.
Oh yeah, the birth certificates.
Yeah, they know. They know it's Muhammad. And that's fine.
Because I mean, the ultimate registration list is the one that we're all on at birth.
That's right.
Well,
They started taking everyone's DNA back in the day, they said. There's a project,
what's
the Human Genome Project.
yeah,
It was they started taking almost everyone's DNA at some point for the Human Genome Project.
Yeah, but they don't have a cross-referenceable list of people versus their DNA.
That's what they told you. I mean, that's what I believe. I don't think they do, but either way, who knows?
well, believe it or not, they have a gun who actually will hunt you by DNA. Some kind of virus or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
And that
Now
was
I'm worried.
that was some old papers from the Soviet archive that they found in my country. The Soviets were developing some kind of genetic hunting virus.
Yeah, I don't really care much because in the late '90s and the like 2000s, I was giving my DNA out for free. You know what I mean? Just chilling, man.
I'm
That's what it
still
is.
willing to give it out for free if it's the right person comes around.
Now I'm done. No one wants my DNA. It's cool. We're good.
Well,
Interesting though. I'm not even sure if it's real. That could be fake news. Because there wasn't such thing as fake news like a few years ago. Everything was. Now we have fake news. But the Human Genome Project, I guess you could.
But
Well, they have. Yeah, you're right.
I
The Human Genome Project. They have sequenced all of the human's DNA and stuff. But like I said, that's not the same thing as
No.
going.
That's not what I meant. I meant like in the early 70s or late 80s, whatever the fuck they started. For that project, they were taking, like when babies were born, they were taking DNA samples in order for the studies, for the science part of it.
Yeah, but that DNA would still just be DNA A, B, C, D. I mean,
Right.
it's not
Maybe.
like no. Yeah, maybe. I doubt there's a list. They're like DB Cooper. Oh, okay. He's GC, BA, like fucking pull up your DNA. That doesn't.
It's like when they say like, oh, the 4473. We don't have a list. That's just that stays at the gun shop or whatever. Like, sure.
well,
Oh, they certainly
goes
wish
out of
they
business,
had a registry.
Guess where they go when the gun shop goes out of business, which happens every fucking
The
day.
ATF.
Yeah.
Although, I did see a pretty nice video that it was an ATF agent. They were talking about a gun trace, and he was basically bitching about how hard it is to run a gun trace. And the ATF just has freaking like semi-truck trailers or like shipping container type things like out in their parking lot, and they're just filled with 4473s.
Yeah. Let me tell you, my friend keeps going to the store in Florida, and he bought a couple of guns from them. And the 4473s are digital on an iPad. Everything's digital.
Well, the
There's no piece of
digital
paper.
digital.
They don't print it up
said it was
'cause
a
that's-
pilot program. No, it's a pilot program that the ATF had to approve that shop, he said. That's what the owner told him. And that since they got approved, then they have the iPads there at the counter, and everything's linked in, and everything's being saved, and they can, I was like, dude, that's weird, man. Whatever. I asked somebody else about it. Like, oh, yeah. It's a new thing.
I was going to say, Cabela's does it by computer just for your typing, but then, like, they print it up, and that's the official 4473. And I was told by the person at the store that it doesn't save in the computer. Like, once you close the form, it just erases all the stuff. Now,
my friend said he signed he signs it on the fucking iPad. The part at the end where you sign it.
Right.
I'm like, wow, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not that I care.
Well, you have to sign a 4473 now with a pen. How is that any different?
I think DB's point is
well, because we're talking about copying them or
Oh.
looking through them or whatever the fuck. You think they don't got this shit, man? Whatever. They got that shit.
Well, the making of that program probably was part of some project, because the ATF say that they will not have so much paperwork in the future, and all will be digital.
It'll be searchable.
Yeah, and that's dangerous as fuck. That's what I was saying. I was happy when the ATF agent was bitching about how hard it is to do a gun trace. I'm like, good. I'm glad your job is digging through stacks of paper to find a specific one, and then having to call people, and then you dig through another stack of paper, then you call some more people. Like, that's the way it should be. There's a reason it's that way. I wish
Well,
the
in
things
my
didn't exist at
country,
all, but
if
he was bitching,
someone
trying to
can-
make the case to the American people that this should just be a searchable database. Like, I can just type in a serial number, it pops up who's the last person who had it.
I'm glad you actually have to do some actual work instead of, sitting on your ass getting paid for doing nothing.
Well, don't go. I wouldn't say that. Because it's not that they're going to be sitting on their ass doing nothing. It's that they're going to be more efficient doing what they want to do.
It sounds like he wants everything at his fingertips. He doesn't want to have to do any sort of elbow grease or any sort of work in general just to do his job, which is wrong.
That's not true. He wants it to be easier, yes, but he wants to be able to do more traces per day. You type in a serial number, John Smith owns it. Type in a serial number, DB owns it. Type in a serial number, so-and-so owns it. And dispatch the police to all those different cities. There you go. He just did 1,000 searches in a day. Instead, he gets like 2 traces done a day. He's working the whole time anyways. I don't think he's going to be sitting there freaking reading a nudie mag or something because it's on the computer. They got plenty of stuff to do. He just wants it easier, and that's not cool. Because that thing gets hacked or something, you're screwed. Like now, they're worried about the Russian government and stuff. Wasn't that the whole thing with in Red Dawn or whatever, where they're like, go get the 4473s so they could find out who had guns? Like, I don't want foreign governments knowing what citizens own what.
Well, in
Are
my
you saying
country, everything
You want your
gets.
base to be hackable?
Well, in my country, the system for medicamentation, for the meds, it's that electronic database, and they usually don't work. So that will be one problem, because usually the government-run servers never work, and you need to do like the manual thing when you complete the paper and sign it, that you get that meds for yourself and not for selling to other people. And in the gun industry, I think they got the papers and digital forms.
I don't know, the digital stuff's scary to me. Maybe I'm being an old man or whatever, but I don't like the thing DB talked about. I'm not saying it, that's not the way it's going to go, because I think it will, because they'll sell it as, well, it's just like it's so much easier for you. Like the FFLs will be clamoring to get the thing because then they don't have to keep stacks of paper everywhere. And they'll be like, oh, this is awesome. Just type the thing in and we're done. It's like, nah, dude, that's not cool because then it's way too searchable.
Well, I think people wants to be faster and to have less work than to search like trucks of paperwork.
Well, yeah.
Usually these things are like murder investigations or whatever, so time is of the
I
essence.
got a list of all you fools on the panel.
Oh, I don't even own
Keep
shit
a list.
anymore. I'm not into guns.
I keep a list of all you motherfuckers.
I know. We used to know everyone's gun collection. That shit was funny.
Well, DB's, yeah, yours is ever changing. It's hard to keep track of.
Yeah. It's like 5 Glock 19s in the fucking pockets.
Well, Aero Precision just have a sale for blemish parts. Like the AR-50 upper was $78 assembled. I will send you the link.
An assembled upper, does that mean it has a barrel and stuff on it too?
I don't think they have the barrel, but they have like the internal things. I think, I don't.
So that's just like forward assistant dust cover. That's really the only thing on the barrel or on the upper. But still, I don't know. $78, that might be a good deal. I don't know.
For 125 to $78 with a blemish part. M4 feed ramps, 250 takedown pinholes, port door and forward assist installed. Actually, if I was an American, I probably built myself an AR for the first gun. Because right now, for around $300, you can get a pretty good AR with a pre-built upper. And the lower...
300, I think that's a little short. I think you spend a little bit more than that, but
well, I found
definitely
some,
400 to 500 you can put together one, no problem.
Well, I found some nice, really nice uppers for around $194, and the Anderson lower it's like 60, and like 40 for a normal pistol grip. Or I can get the full.
Yeah, so the upper
lower.
is 200. You can put the lower together with the lower and then the parts kit and stuff for
$79,
$100, but then you still need to put the stock on, and that's another like $50 or so.
Well, I found an
And if you want
Anderson.
sights and shit, so
I don't need sights. For sights, it's like $26. I found the Magnapool Industry Generation 2 pop-up sights. Actually, I found really good deals.
Yeah, man, I think Dead Horse has some builds that are between like 300 and 400.
Yeah, he's more of like the quantity guy.
Quantity.
Yeah.
Quantity.
Yeah,
right.
how
He also gets good deals on buying he buys a 10-pack, so it's
yeah.
like save some
Exactly.
prices there too.
He's
buy
definitely into having 30 different ones.
buy 10 or more trigger packs for a discount price. That's the kind of deal he goes for. So you got to get 10 of them.
Yeah.
But still, having 10 ARs for $3,000, that's
Yeah, it's like
a
I
good
used to
deal.
have my aunt used to have like 7 cars. You know what I mean? None of them shits worked right. But she had 7 fucking cars, man. I'm not saying Dead Horses like that. But yeah, just sitting in the yard, man. Fucking old ass Trans Am, a fucking broke down minivan. It's like, man, I don't know. People want the spice of life, man. There's varieties of spice of life.
Who wants to go bring me food? I'm lazy.
Okay, Smeggy, you were gone when I asked this question earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and ask you now. And then, Moon, you can answer the same question as well. Do you have any, what I'm going to call mega-sized gun shows in your either state or surrounding states? like would fill at least half of a convention center or more.
In my case, I don't
Uh,
think my country ever had like gun shows or stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't really know of any. I mean, there might be some around, but there used to be one. There was like a. It wasn't a convention center, but it was like they had trade shows like every weekend or whatever. It was a trade center, and they used to have pretty big gun shows. But my buddy went to one a couple years ago, and at that time, it's like it was freaking a quarter of the way full, and it used to be like the whole building would be filled up. So,
Okay.
but
Moon?
yeah, I don't know.
We have the Pennsylvania Great Outdoors Show. I think you can buy stuff there, but I'm not sure if you can buy firearms. But that's kind of like an expo.
Okay, so it's really displaying stuff, not for sale stuff.
I think it's half and half. But it's right after SHOT, or it's a couple months after SHOT. So
It's kind of similar to, I think, to like NRA show where you can kind of buy stuff, but it's also more just for kind of showing off.
But you can go in there and, as an example, buy individual parts for your M1 Garand. Or
like, let's say, well, if there's people like that there, let's say if CZ's got that P10C out right now, it just released before Christmas. At SHOT Show, you can fiddle with it, but you're not going to be able to buy it. CZ will go to Pennsylvania Outdoor Show and bring a stock of them to buy for dealers to sell.
okay, so it's really a dealer show.
It's kind of weird. It's an expo and a gun show all in one,
Okay.
from what I hear. I haven't been there yet, though. But we do have the Armory Gun Show every week. Bucks County, Lower Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I think a lot of people know about that one.
That's pretty cool that you have a one that's literally every week. And now is that within driving distance for you, or?
Yeah.
That's sweet. I mean, I'm sure you probably get bored of going there. It's just like going to the store.
Yeah. I did. Like years ago.
Now, do they also allow where somebody can walk in with a rifle over their shoulder with a little stick in the barrel that says "for sale," private, whatever it is, sale?
Yeah. You have to be able to haul that stuff all around or buy a table. But they'll give you like
Right.
a tag that says seller or something.
Right.
Well, I make a parts list and you can build actually an AR under $300. If you got an upper that I say that I post a link and you get Anderson full receiver who is like 79, 75, sorry, 75.99, and you can get like a stock for around $20, a cheap stock. So you can, in theory, build a gun for under $300. And if you have some extra money, you can get like a hex mag. 30 rounds are like,
Anderson
$50.
lower.
Yep. The Anderson, and what I heard and what I see on YouTube, because I cannot own any kind of firearms, people are saying only good things about that. lower. The only sad part is some of them has like thicker coating of, and you need to kind of drill the holes a little bit to get your pins in place.
Yeah. It all depends on the batch, I guess.
Yep.
This one looks like it needs a buffer tube.
Yeah, buffer tube and one of
Buffer and spring. Oh, the buffer kit. Yeah.
I think a buffer kit will be around $20. I see some.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot.
Yeah, you can get like the combo with the spring is like $4 and like a nice buffer tube. It's like for the A-tooth style, it's like $60.
This is crazy deal on this upper.
Yep, and the upper look kind of nice. I like the upper. They sell one, I think 300 blackout for $199. Full upper.
All right. So when you add you have to add your bolt carrier group to the upper. That adds another $100.
They don't put that yet.
I mean, you can get it elsewhere, cheaper probably,
I think you
but on
can
this
get.
website.
Yeah, I think I can get if I was to build. But they say that include ball carrier group and charging handle. That include.
I like those Christmas lights, Ralph. Although, why are only half of them working?
Actually, that thing that it has above bolt carrier.
They're all working. They're just different, facing different.
Directions. Okay.
But it doesn't have any thread
Haircut day.
one. It has a normal one.
You see next to it where it says BCG, and then it says 556 optional.
Yeah, because it's in 2 to 3. And actually include a bolt carrier group and charging handle. See? And you can get a nitrate or a nitrate board thing. Like the barrel upgrade. You can get a better barrel and a lower parts kit. Or a lower stock kit. And they get a lifetime warranty for that upper. They say that it's like a full upper. Because it doesn't seem, you don't say that it's need any parts. Usually when you have, they say. See, they say our bolt carrier groups are made by Signature Machine, Kansas City.
Yeah, I see that. But when I go down to the options, right?
Yeah,
on that
you can
page that you
upgrade.
linked,
They're actually the upgrade versions. You can get a nitrate
you
one.
can
or,
upgrade the barrel, but it says include a bolt carrier group and charging handle, $99.
yeah,
If you do
want
none, it stays at $219. If you add the bolt carrier group, it goes to $318.
Well, I think that's because you need to upgrade it. They say they include one, but not a nitrate or nickel board one, like the normal one. And doesn't say that it need any other parts in the more info. It's usually say that if you need other parts and $3 delivery charges. Because in the pictures they they show a bolt carrier.
In the picture, I just see the dust cover.
No, if you scroll down pictures, you get
I'm really interested. I'm
all
really
the
interested
things.
at SHOT Show. Their Palmetto State Armory is introducing a polymer bolt carrier. Do you see polymer bolt carrier?
What do you want? A polymer bolt carrier group?
Not the bolt itself. It's the new Palmetto State polymer bolt carrier to save some weight. Just a little bit of
It's
weight.
going to be the lightest build ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy who has like the titanium made bolt carrier who costed like $10,000.
This is my new Kickstarter program. It's going to be a AR firing pin. It's polymer, but then the very tip and the very, very end of it are metal. So that, because that's the only thing that you need to be metal on the fucking firing pin.
I'm making a AR trigger out of hard rubber. It's just as good as steel.
Yeah, I mean, dude, trust me. At SHOT Show, you'll fit right the fuck in. I'm sure. Right? I'm sure. But I mean, seriously, let's do this, man. Even if we just do the Kickstarter for the polymer bolt carrier, like, it's not like people are gonna care like what happened. Like, they just, we'll just work on it. We need the money to draw the pictures. For the
I'm gonna have
cabinet.
nightmares. I'm gonna have nightmares about floppy rubber triggers.
Yeah.
Like the burglar's gonna be coming in, and I'm gonna grab my AR, and it's just gonna be like this rubbery, floppy trigger, and I get killed in my
What else
dream.
we could do? Polymer bolt carrier. That's a given. Because the gas key on top, that can be metal. We'll screw it into the plastic. We'll stake it. It'll be properly staked into the plastic.
We'll impregnate it in the Gen
Okay.
2 version.
Okay, that sounds good. Like how rails are impregnated into the polymer of a Glock or something like that.
Yeah.
Those have the gas keys metal. That's all that needs to be metal in a bolt carrier. Martin? Just the gas key.
Can you chrome line polymer?
No. You
That
can chrome
sounds-
line PVC.
Sweet.
We'll just do PVC. Yeah, make it out PCP. I was about to say. Let's make that shit out of PCP.
We'll just do a lot of PCP before we come up with the next idea.
Ultralight AR, man. The ultralight.
Yeah, with ultralight AR, make some hole in it so it be more. It would have
gonna-
less weight.
We're gonna call
2
it
pounds.
the mighty feather,
2 pounds, bro. That's the goal.
a mighty wind.
Yeah, and get like a carbon fiber barrel, who is like super lightweight in
That's
the
too-
carbon fiber
that's too
stock.
That's too expensive. I've seen that, like the carbon fiber barrels and shit. They're money. That's expensive stuff. We're going for the real bottom of the barrel. We're going for the Uncle Mike's crowd on this one.
Well, if you want to go all the way, you can go with the fully titanium AR-15 kit.
Yeah.
With,
You're thinking way too
10,000
good, man.
yeah,
This shit you're
10,000
saying makes sense. That's not what we're trying to do. We need something that makes no fucking sense, and people will just be like, "Yo, that's that shit, right? That's that new shit, the polymer bulk carrier group."
Well, if you want to get something that makes no sense, get an AR with double barrels.
You're onto something.
Now you're talking, bro. I like the way you're thinking, bro.
Make a double barrel AR that
Now you're
fire dragon breath rounds.
Gold? Can we do the polymer? We make it like gold, like yellow.
Yeah, the gold-plated polymer.
Call it TIN, titanium nitride plastic.
Yeah, or make it from actually the lower to be made out of meteor, like the James, like that guns that were Jesse James guns that were made actually from a meteor.
Another way to make good money is like a new piston conversion system we could do, where like you like screw on an attachment or something to your gas tube, and it's like got a spring on there, and it's like a little piece of metal. And we'll just tell people ARs aren't reliable. You need this little piece of shit that you screw onto the gas seat. I mean, you screw that shit on, and boom, we're making money, man. Think about
Or
it.
you can make a zero recoil AR with like 3 piston systems in it, like zero recoil.
Ah, bam, your shit is too. You're thinking too well, man. Like you're thinking shit's
No, this
actually
thing-
like, good
But
shit.
it's like I designed one of that.
Nah, we need some straight garbage. Straight garbage.
Make
Our
kitchens
polymer is
with
made
AR.
from crime guns bought from the police locker rooms.
We're talking about shit like we'll get an ice bucket and we'll call it like the ultimate AR cooling box or some shit. We'll fill it with ice water. You just dump your fucking AR in there when shit gets hot.
Like the
Pulls
old
it off.
Maxim guns, like the old the machine guns of the World War I when they cool it with the water.
Like a few years ago, it was all about the lubes, you know what I'm saying? Like Frog Lube and Fire Clean and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? We could do something like that.
You could do
Make
like
some money.
a Picatinny fan, a Picatinny mounted fan that just blows on your barrel constantly.
Holy
What
shit.
if
One of
you
those
make
little
a
summer
water
fans.
This is good. Anything you bolt onto the AR is good money.
Yeah,
'Cause
anything
idiot
that goes
retards
onto a
just wanna
rail
fucking-
or M-lock.
People just want to put shit on there, you know what I'm saying? So, and then
What
they
about
want to
a-
have an excuse like, what is that on your AR? And then they're like, oh, this is to cool it down.
It's
'Cause
a
I'm
lotion
shooting so much.
dispenser for when your hands get dry.
You know that
Now you're
Russian
thinking anything.
suppressors that they are like twice the size of the gun. I wonder if you can make one of that to cool your barrel, like that big suppressor cubes, and
Think
just
of-
put water to
Think
cool
of all
your
the
barrel.
stupid shit you see at SHOT Show every year, and think of the successful stupid shit, like the people that are still in business. Like, it's that fucking that holster, that minimal holster where you like stick a rod in your Glock.
Oh my god, yeah. And it's like an earplug foam. It looks like a little foam tube
Yeah,
on the cheapest piece of fucking plastic clip.
no trigger protection.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit is
that's
wrong.
the recipe to
That's
get yourself
dead wrong.
killed.
I would, if I was a billionaire, I would open up a gun shop. It would be a real gun shop. And then next door, it would be full of that derp shit. And then you just like anyone you like that's giving you a hard time, be like, oh no, next door's got what you need, buddy. Next door. And then they just go in there, they walk out with that thing, an urban carry. You know what I mean? That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I
And
gotta
a
ask you,
charging AR and a fucking all types of shit.
what does DERP stand for?
I have no clue. I just learned it last week, so I'm just trying to use it in sentences. It stands for dumb idiot shit. That's
Well, if you want to make some
mostly gun
money,
shit.
make yourself some custom AR lowers, like with the cheap Chinese mill, like you can get from eBay for $300, made like some crazy design AR lowers, like engrave it and shit.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah, ramen noodles receivers in the Nintendo colors.
Maybe we would come out with like a new reticle. Like if we designed a reticle and then did like the Kickstarter for the
Like
for
a
the
stop
reticle.
sign.
It's something would just say like we talked to an ophthalmologist.
So it reminds you to
they were like,
yell stop before you
How,
shoot.
how about this for a new reticle? You put like 4 different arrows all pointing towards the center, and that's your new
Yeah.
reticle.
It's for the
drags
millennials who are going to be
That's from
buying
Star
guns.
Wars, right?
it drags the eye to the center of point, thus making it faster to shoot.
It's literally pointing where you're
Yeah,
supposed
literally.
to shoot.
Oh, I just figured it out, dude. A
I
stick
think they should be
figure.
fingers.
A fucking dude, a stick figure fucking reticle, dude. Like a stick man. And you just put the stick man on what you're trying to hit.
Oh, you cover your target with them.
Yeah.
Good
And
idea.
if he's very far away, you basically just put the stick man on the fucking person, you know what I'm saying? I mean for competition. I mean, for IDPA targets.
I like the 4 arrows. Follow the arrow.
You're right. I like that one.
Well, why not
McDonald's
making
logo or
some
something.
kind of barrel that never get like when NASA built that super resistant material that never get hot. If you build a barrel out of that,
No.
like a ceramic barrel that never
Sound
get
like
hot,
they have a place in the world. We need shit that makes no fucking sense, man.
You're robot and bad.
I'm driving through a tunnel right now. I'm back. I'm back now.
composite material barrel never get hot, so you get never get burned on your hand when you try to change your barrel after 100 rounds.
Dead Horse
Doesn't
from the
say too
chat
much.
says the cheapest AR he's ever seen is 330.
Well, you can make one for 300, but will be like hard to get some parts because they are not in stock.
Then you can't get one, can you?
No, you need to get the parts on pre-order and back order. So you need to wait like 2 or 3 weeks until you get all the parts. Like not in time for Christmas, but you can make one.
We have an answer to the derp question from the text chat. Derp is from South Park,
Okay.
way back. Mr. Derp, ... That was from Robbie.
Okay.
So thanks, Robbie.
All right. I just thought it was, maybe I used to watch South Park back then, but I think it was like sound someone who Michael Michaels would make when you ask them why. They go, derp! You know, I don't know. Why are you carrying your 1911 empty chamber with hammer down? And they'd be like, derp! Then that's what I thought it came from.
If anyone
Why
wants
do you want a side
full
charging AR? What the fuck are you talking about?
well, if anyone wants a full automatic gun experience, just get the cranking handle for the AR, the thing that you put on your trigger and just maneuver, turn it until, just turn it and you can simulate full auto fire.
Yeah,
I-
that's something I'm interested in that. I'm definitely interested in some of that stuff in Cha-Cha. I'm going to come up with a fucking product, guys, without you, and I'm not sharing any of the money. You can fucking forget it, bro. You're right. Moon Food's onto some. Anything you can put on a fucking rail and have an excuse for it is going to do well. So I'm thinking like fucking GPS device or some stupid shit. But it's a rail-mounted fan would be, this is cooling down my gas tube. That's great. I'm taking it.
Rail mounted fireworks holder. When you want
Yeah.
to fire some fireworks from your AK or some
Look
AR.
at the guy who did the fucking set of testicles as a fucking pistol grip. Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Those are fucking hanging balls.
Who's buying that? That's
Who's
what I'm
buying
asking.
that? I don't know, bro. Straight bunnies
Who
out
wants
there,
to-
bro.
Them, but are dudes sticking it on their rifle?
Straight Only Democrats would be into that.
Grabbing
They ain't no
sack.
Democrats. Yeah, Democrats don't want that shit.
Grabbing Black by the balls.
Yeah, that's some Democrat shit.
But whose balls
if
are
you
you
want-
grabbing?
I have no idea, man.
It's like
That's some
somebody
weird
molded
balls.
that.
Yeah, that
Like
shit
some
looks
old
weird,
guy.
bro. I'll tell you, that looks weird. No
Well,
thanks.
if you want some
Those are
stupid
Jeff
product,
Cooper's balls.
Can we do like a
Yes.
little pair of mini tits, and then with that might be okay for shot.
He did like a mold of his balls before he died.
I'd be like, these are Jeff Cooper's balls. He came up with the 5 safety rules.
Yep.
It's different.
a stupid product will be to get some fake balls to hang over your gun, like to hang down your trigger guard, and you can say your gun have balls now.
Oh my
You
god,
know-
I think I just got it. It's a fucking rail-mounted lubrication squirter. And you just put that shit on the rail, and when your bolt needs some lube, you hit that shit like a tape switch, and it squirts Slip 2000 right in the bolt area, like a car wash.
Oh yeah, did you see that thing, that cleaning thing that like spins around in your chamber?
Oh no.
Yeah. It's like a
It's like a
cleaning
Dremel?
rod. Yeah. It's like an automatic toothbrush for your,
Oh man, they're stealing
for
all
your
my shit.
chamber.
I had that idea first, man. Why are they fucking with me? Some bullshit right there.
They were like, take it out anywhere. You see these guys with this little box and this little spinning brush. And he's like sticking it in the chamber of his AR, like in the middle of combat somewhere.
Dude, I think I just came up with something, dude. We take 2 hollow suns, right? We mount them to a bracket, and we just put it on top of the rail, and we tell them it's 2 eye, like for both of your eyes. It's red dots for both of your eyes, dude.
Why
No?
not put
They look like a pair of binoculars. They're just 2 hollow sun red dots. Like 2 Aimpoint Pros on a mount, like a binocular mount.
You just got to
we just
practice
lie.
seeing one dot.
No, we tell them one dot sighted in for like 100, and the other one sighted in for like 300.
Shit.
And you just close your left eye and fucking. I'm having too much fun stuck in this traffic.
Your left eye is for long distance. Your right eye is for
2 eye.
keep-
Yo, what if we do one eye has the reticle like an EOTech, and one's just a dot, and it's like on the fly, like operator status. Like you just blink, close one eye. You want that reticle? Close the other eye. I'm telling you, man, we're on. This could work, man. This could work.
Well, if you want like a useful product, why not get like a red dot with a camera, and the camera to be like wireless connected to your glasses or to your eye device.
Trying. Yeah, all right. I like that. I'll take that one. I'm not giving you no money for that shit. I'm stealing that.
Or if you want to get your gun real attitude, just 3D print some balls and put it on your trigger guard and hang. And actually, you can put like the sound of jingle bells, jingle bells, jingles all the way, and of course, jingles of your AR trigger. And if someone try to intimidate you, some stupid liberal try to intimidate you, you play that song and show your gun with the balls. Or if some liberal try to make you get off your gun, just pepper spray it in his face.
Alrighty then. That was a good business meeting.
Yeah, do we have anything else to discuss? Did anyone take any notes or anything like that?
Fan, rail. Lube.
Tits,
Balls.
balls on the rail, all types of shit, man. Getting money, dude. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of being broke, man. Sucks, dude.
Or if you want to be really inventive, just put like a rock launcher on your AR-15, like one of the catapults, of the mini catapults. When you get out of bullets, you just catapult some rocks toward your enemies. Or a mini cannon for your Picatinny rail. In case of emergency, fire the cannon. By the way, I really need to get one of that mini cannons to put on your desk. I think I can actually fire that in my country without a permit. By the way, anyone of you knew what that gun was that killed the Russian ambassador? Did they found out what kind of gun that was?
No, I don't know. To me, it looked like a TP9 or a P99.
For me, it looked like some kind of Glock copy.
I saw the muzzle of it. It's like a fingerprint for me. So it's definitely a P99 clone or a P99, and that would, to me, I guess, Canik TP9, because it's got the front of a Glock is like straight and square. The front of that gun tapered up to the top, and then the rail went down. The polymer part of it went down kind of in like a little circle to the rail. What the fuck? Maybe I can find a picture of it.
Yeah, it was Clinic 2000.
Okay.
That's their official gun. And it's fire 9x19 Parabellum. And it's sold in the USA by the name AR-24.
I'm back.
Welcome
I'm ready.
back.
What's the next business meeting we're doing?
About the MP5s, about $400 for a 22 variant.
No.
So how about making bullets with the smell of bacon or the smell of chocolate? And the bullet,
Okay.
and the bullet like tastes like chocolate and bacon.
I think they already do that for shotguns.
Yeah, make a bacon
Bacon
slug.
buckshot.
Yeah, special for terrorists.
Did you see those X-rays of the RIP ammo
Yeah.
on that VNS?
One of them didn't expand, right? One of them didn't break apart.
Yeah,
That shit is garbage.
yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with it. But the fucked up thing is bad guys are fucking with it hard, so. I had a couple gun shops tell me the same shit. Like, we had a local murder here, and the bad guy, you know, the fucking violent fucking scumbag used the RIP ammo, so they pulled it off the fucking shelf. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's some nasty shit. I just don't think, you know, I just don't think it's nasty shit that I need in my gun anyway.
Yeah, the RIP ammo actually is
Definitely
kind
no.
of scary.
Yeah, I mean, someone could be like, oh, it's devastating, yeah. Well, so is an HST into your fucking heart.
Yeah, the courts are more likely to sway my opinion. on
Well, actually, even the training
what
bullets
kind
can
of
be dead.
devastation I want.
Yeah. It looks more like it's a nuisance to, like, a surgeon and shit. Like, I don't know if it's, like, you know, I don't know. Obviously, if you hit a vital, heart, brain, or spine, that shit just opens up and cuts some shit inside of you. I never liked the fucking shape of the fucking round. Like, I always looked like, to me, like that shit's gonna induce a fucking failure, like a failure to feed or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's a big
That's what it looked like to
jagged-
me. Yeah, all that jagged shit. Like, isn't the whole point to be smooth and rounded as much
Yeah.
as you possibly can? Or truncated, like fucking super sharp, like a critical duty with that little rubber tip. You know, those shits look like a fucking triangle.
Well, I think even the training ammo, like the ammo that are made of wood, I think it's dangerous because that thing will get shrapnels into you. That thing will disintegrate if it hit you.
There's a
Like
guy
this.
on fucking YouTube now. He's doing ammo tests with a rack of ribs, and then behind the rack of ribs, he puts a sack of oranges. And yeah, my friend sent me that shit. Like, look, 380 and 9, same thing. He said so. The fucking rack of ribs and a bag of oranges. And knock yourself out, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sick of arguing with the shit, but that shit was fucking funny as fuck.
Well, some people are just a bag of oranges, so it probably
He
will
shoots
work.
the fucking rack of ribs with a 380, and then he shoots it with a 9, and he's like point blank into the rack of ribs, into the oranges. And I think then he shows the projectile at the end, and he's like, look, they're like the same. And I told my friend, this might not even be true. I was like, yo, they're both like 30 caliber rounds, man. I mean, that I think they are, right? I'm like, there's like, obviously one weighs a lot more than the other, but just because they're the same fucking size doesn't really show a lot. It's a fucking rack of ribs and a stack of oranges. I don't get it.
Well, any bullet that get like 500 kilometers per hour will kill you. 500, yes, will kill you. Or anything that is that's bigger speed or have like 40 joules will kill you. So it doesn't matter the size of the bullet. It matter where it's
Oh,
landed.
fuck no. There's a guy on YouTube, it's like Brass Fletcher, I think his name, Brass Fletcher. And the guy had the high-speed camera from way back. Those things were very, very expensive. And he did a lot of ballistic gel, slow mo, high speed camera stuff, and dude, the fucking 223. It looks like it shredded the entire block of gel. Like, the gel kind of came back, but that temporary wound cavity was fucking insane, dude. It's a little 22 round, man. That shit was fucking major trauma to that gel block.
Like they say, even the little 22 can kill you.
Yep. Velocity kills, man. That's what they say.
Yeah. Look at the article that Tony posted and tell me what you see wrong with that image. They always say that there are a lot of big black guns, and I see only 2, and I see no automatic in that pile. I see a lot of grants of M1, of M14s, and a couple shotguns. And like a F2000 gun that's in here, and some cheap pistols. And of course, the AR lowers that are considered guns, even the 80% one. I really want that F2000 gun that they want to destroy.
I have a serious question. I'm just curious. When you hashtag in a comment of a photo on Instagram, is that now like a searchable item? Like when you click on the hashtag somewhere else, that'll show up?
Yep.
Or no? It will?
In some cases.
I thought the original photo had to have the hashtag.
I think the original photo should have that hashtag.
No, that's it. All right.
See this fucking kid beating off the cheerleaders in the middle of the football game?
Who doesn't do that shit?
Fuck.
Free the F2000 from the clutches of the Tuscan police.
Vote with your feet. Is that a thing? Leon Noir was just saying, don't vote with your feet.
Easy for that fucking pussy boy to say. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
16.
I love it when motherfuckers from like fucking cool places fucking talking shit, dude. You have no fucking say in the matter. You shut the fuck up and be happy you don't live there. You shut up.
It's basically what the comment section was saying.
Just shut up. Yeah, while you pose with your sexy HKs and all that shit. What a fucking idiot. I mean, these motherfuckers have been struggling since '92. Struggle. I left a fucking comment. I said 7 million gun owners in California, they couldn't even get 100,000 fucking signatures together. 5 million fucking NRA members, and all I fucking hear from people from Cali is, why isn't the NRA helping us? Why isn't the NRA helping us out? You fucking retards. shut the fuck up. Get your shit together. Or fucking move. That's it. Been struggling since 92. I know, and a couple of Cali people that we talked to, I talked to one on Instagram. It's like, oh man, this is cool. It's the new bullet button. Oh, check out. It's the new bullet button. This is going to work this time. You know, shut this. Dude, enough. It's embarrassing, to be honest. Can you imagine if you lived in Cali and you're like hyped up about the new bullet button? You got to be fucking crazy, man. I would just be so depressed and like sad about it that I wouldn't even want to. Would you repost that or post that on your Instagram, like excited, like check out the new bullet button, man? This is. You got to be fucking kidding me.
I think the bullet button system is quite stupid. Because if you want to make some kind of crime, you probably just disable that thing. Even with your 10 round magazine, tiny magazine, you still can get some damage done.
I mean, Hashtactical, she just posted something about it. Like, it's like by Colt. It's a fucking factory thing. One of the gun companies is like, here's your fucking Cali AR. You know? And it's some weirdo fucking latch system, and like the mag won't come out, and dude, it's just a fucking nightmare.
Well, Smith & Wesson stockholders voted tonight to 1 in favor of the name change. Well, so right now we'll probably have a new Smith & Wesson company by other name.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of excited about the new bullet button.
Yeah, you are
I can't wait to
excited.
find out how it works. I can't wait to find out how much does it cost, and how does it work.
Set an RMR on a Sigma.
That should look atrocious, Sam. What the fuck is that light?
Sick.
What is
It's a
that light?
Walmart.
What is that
It's a Walmart.
rubber fucking grip fucking thing, dude?
It's a Westlake Walmart.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. I've never
Nebo.
seen that light before. No
It's
idea.
got a it's got a Phillips head screw on it.
Jesus Christ. I tagged it with Roland Special just to see if with like someone clicks Roland Special, will that show up? But it won't, right? Because it has to be in the original.
Yeah, it has to be tagged by the dude that posted it.
Oh fuck, that sucks.
You can repost it and say
I'm just gonna,
and
fuck
tag
that.
it Roland Special.
I'm just gonna tag primary and secondary in that bitch.
There you go.
There you go. That should look like a waste of money. He Cerakoted that shit.
I don't even know if it's Cerakote.
It's something.
Give me Duracoat.
I know fucking Ralph is gonna make one of those soon. Are you carrying that shit? Is he carrying it? I DM'd him. So you carrying that fucking piece of shit?
Probably.
Someone in the comments was like, "Is it reliable?" I feel like I'm gonna reply to that guy. Like, are you? Do you even have to fucking ask? Of course it's reliable. It's a fucking Sigma.
Yeah, his
Should work
AR
every time.
his AR has a giant like riser. Like a fucking what the fuck am I thinking of? Like a carry handle size riser. red
Okay.
dot on it that says red dot.
Whoa, what?
That's
Dude,
a
that
DPMS.
is next level. Next level. I'd rather have fucking irons, dude.
So yeah, this guy's for reals.
He's for real. Is wasting his money. Good pair of irons, man. You saw someone posted on Facebook. I think it was Breach Bang Clear. It was like a fucking triangle graph, like a pie chart graph, or like it was a graph. It was basically like, in order you should spend money on your fucking rifle. Quality rifle, sling, sight, sling, thing. Like it had a fucking arrow going up the graph. Then it was like trigger, rail, optics. Right after sights or whatever. I think it's optics. Then trigger. No, then rail, then trigger, something. Either way.
Well, big news for anyone who owning a Dodge Ram that is made from 2030 until 2060, the 1500 series, and 2014-2016 Dodge Duragons. You probably should look for a recall, because like 25 owners complain that their car just roll away with a total of 9 reported injuries. So the vehicle is under investigation by the FCA.
Oh, God. I don't get it.
So watch over for your cars.
You take your fucking $40 red dot and your fucking $20 fucking or $60 light and whatever customization you did to that fucking thing, and you could add a PPQ or something like that. Could add anything. You guys saw the Russian ambassador get shot?
Yep, on the live TV.
Did you see the magazine? The guy, you saw the mag fucking spring and everything fell out. Like I guess when he hit the ground, he might have had a spare mag in his hand or something like that. I don't know. The whole fucking mag was out. Like it looked like it was disassembled. And then some guy fucking tagged it and said, "Drop test failed." You drop your mag and the shit bombs. Spring comes out. Follower. Not a good look, man.
Well, it was a Turkish gun, so the quality wasn't so.
Yeah, it was a Canik, right?
Yeah, Koenig 2000.
That's what it looked like. It looked like a fucking Walther. That's how I figured it was a Canik.
Yeah, it's the standard gun for the Turkish police force. And I wonder why the ambassador doesn't have like the bulletproof vest. Due to the fact that Turkey is a conflict area in some sort. And the worst part about the shooting was that the ambassador should meet up with Putin today. And Putin was pissed because he needed to cancel the meeting.
Cancels what?
To cancel the meeting with the ambassador. Today the ambassador should meet up with Putin. And they don't meet up. So the Putin was pissed. because they cannot meet the ambassador.
Because he didn't show up.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's this guy at? Oh, he got shot.
You should be like a real Russian and walk it off. Just walk away the pain. You should just rise up, like dust himself off, and then walk away. That real Russian do. That's what real Russian do after getting shot.
I'm laughing so fucking hard, dude, in these comments. Holy shit. Dude said that shit is still better than a 19. Holy shit.
Way better.
Oh, yeah. Dude from primary and secondary, I tagged him in that shit. He just typed back, like, what? With a question mark. I don't know what to write. I go, dude, I just... I have no idea. I just thought you should see it, man. That's all. Nothing wrong, man. We're just showing you what's up, man. Showing you what's really out there in these streets.
Gotta give me one of these CZs.
The P09.
P10, C10.
P10.
Man.
P10.
When do they come out? I'm curious.
They said they should be
curious.
out by Christmas.
What? That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
up by Christmas. That means they will be probably on
I've been
24.
seeing more and more people have them on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yep, a lot of people got them. But no one got one. Fucking that dude Scott, the dude from primary got that shit. Jedi. Who else got that shit? Did Hickok get that shit yet? Those type of people?
I don't know.
I don't think any like big YouTubers did a review yet. Mac had the exclusive. He probably told them like, look, don't let everyone just have this shit. Like, I want it first.
We're supposed to have a flat dark earth one too, so I'm gonna need two of them. The black one and a flat dark earth.
Are they coming out the same day or not?
They said there were gonna be a bunch of black ones and probably some flat dark earth ones in the article that I read earlier.
What sketched me out
It's
is
a review.
the magazine shit. The magazines better work and stuff. That's all I care about.
I don't know if I like ambient button mag release. I don't know how that
Yeah, I'm not a
works.
big fan of that either.
Two separate.
I'm afraid I might hit the button by accident.
left-handed, and it doesn't seem to be a problem with a Glock. So hopefully it'll be the same. Delete it. They'll probably see. It'll probably come out with some fucking. I don't know how you would install it. It's probably like 2 roll pins.
Yeah, probably. That's probably under the sight, under the rear. Under the rear sight, there's a little lever that you have to press down. Change that.
It just pops out.
I called Smith. I called Smith today and told him I was Yankee Marshall.
Send you all
Sounds
kinds
like
of free shit.
Yeah, I was like, look, how about you speed up this repair because 3 out of 3 of your fucking products sucked, and I'm not buying them. I'm gonna do a huge video about it. We don't want that. Start telling people to buy LCRs and shit. I told them I was never enough ammo and Yankee.
I told them I was nothing fancy. They sent me their sites. They were like, nothing, honey? And I was like, nothing fancy.
I don't even know how that conversation goes down. You basically, because you have to tell them, like, I'm kind of a big deal. Or maybe they know. Some people probably know their real names, like Hickok and shit.
Yeah. I don't know his real name.
I think it's John. I don't know. Yeah, they told me 5 fucking weeks, man. I was pissed the fuck off. 5 fucking weeks, bro.
It's crazy.
Yep. They
That
say
you got
because
a
it's the
fucked
holiday.
up gun.
Yep. I mean, it's not fucked up. You know, because honestly, 90% of people would just say, it's good. Good enough for them. Good enough for me. Like, they're not supposed to be accurate. All types of shit. You know, they're not supposed to be accurate. It's a snub nose. What did you think?
These are the same people that watch Hickok 45.
Yeah,
That should
exactly.
know that a fucking guy shoots at a gong at 80 yards with like the tiniest guns.
Yep. Not with my shit. No way. That shit was shooting left, bro, at 5 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like 4 inches at 5 feet. Like 6 inches at fucking 21 feet. So at 100, I don't know what the fuck. That shit would be in another time zone.
I think you can get the CZP-10 by their store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I told 2 gun shops to call me when one comes in.
I think you can buy it from the CZ factory store.
I want one.
Fuck them.
That's like probably one of the only new guns I would even think about. With roll pins. I'll take one, check it out. Dude, when they were like, look, it fits in a Glock 19 holster, I was like, oh, gee, I got 6 of those. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like $450 or something when it comes out.
Yeah. That's awesome. You don't gotta buy a new fucking holster. I just wish it took Glock mags. I didn't really buy that shit. I'd buy that shit right off the top.
Yeah. pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The mags are supposed to be $35 MSRP. So I guess they'll be like 29 or something.
Yeah.
30.
Close to it. Yep.
I don't really care that much about mags for spare range guns. I have
Yeah.
nowhere near as many CZ mags that I do with Glock mags.
Magpul just came out with the 12-shot Glock 26 mag. Looks cool.
Who came out with that?
Magpul.
Oh,
It's like a little bit smaller than having a 2-shot extension on a 10-rounder.
does it have like a big base
No.
plate?
Not really. It's a small, like, little pinky rest or whatever. Looks tinier than the normal Pierce extension or whatever.
Just take out the follower and the spring and the base pad and put it on your existing mag, but it doesn't work like that, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Glock mags are supposed to be easy base plates to take off.
They got the
Those
tab.
big buttons. Yeah. Huh. So is anybody going to carry that?
I don't have a 26.
I sold mine.
I'll be like, just the three of us. Looks like Smiggy on break. Smiggy's on an unpaid lunch break.
Smeggy says he practices his breakdancing when he doesn't feel like chatting.
I thought he was combing his beard.
He probably does them both.
I can't believe Dano ain't. Dano's too big to talk to us anymore. You notice that? He comes in, says his little words,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I'm out. I gotta, I'm part of the big daily show. Can't talk to you guys.
Daily Show debutantes. Daily Show celebrities.
Yep. He's down with the whole Canadian.
Pretty soon we're gonna do like a little TMZ and post videos of these Daily Show celebrities.
Canadian squad. You know about
Follies.
the Canada squad. Yeah, I listened today. It was a good show today. I only got furious like 5 times.
Can't remember what it was really about.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to answer the question. I can't even remember what this was. Oh yeah, Dano wanted to know what the Marines rifle was. So I remember.
So what's that about
Maggie?
the Daily Show? Everyone's famous now or something?
Yeah, Daniel.
Daily Show celebrities too good.
Basically just Daniel.
Dano.
He's too good to talk now. He don't talk to us no more. He's just like, he comes in a little bit, promotes himself in the show, and then just leaves, man.
Are you sure that's not just because he like works evening?
It's a job, yeah. Maybe
I mean,
it's
I'm
a job.
just curious.
Probably. That might have a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, maybe just a little, but mostly you just a conceited asshole.
Yeah, he's big time now. Fucking God. Island Survivor too, man. He's too good to talk to us now. He's like putting on airs and shit. Daily Show alumnus. It's like the dude who just got threw his Uncle Mike's holster in the garbage and bought like a fucking NSR or something, you know?
They've arrived, you could say.
Everyone remembers when they first threw their
Escape
Uncle Mike's
Uncle
holster
Mike's.
in the garbage. You don't remember when you first threw your Uncle Mike's holster in the garbage and started acting crazy? The fuck, dude.
Never had an Uncle Mike's.
All right, all right.
I have a Blade Tech. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's too fancy. That's a fancy one. I'm talking
What can I
about
say, man? I'm a baller.
I'm talking about that $5 shit. If your holster was made for your gun, you're on another level. You know, that's different. I'm talking about that universal, like fits all 9mm.
Like, yeah, you buy small, medium, large.
Small auto.
Fits most revolvers. Like, what the fuck does that mean, dude?
Yeah, if your holster like is for 30 different guns, then you're struggling, man. It's a struggle. It's a struggle, man. Not everyone can have a fancy schmancy blade tack, dude.
Or you just don't know, because I have to say, my dad, he's just got a little 22, and he just wanted something to kind of like, protect it when he was driving up north, so when it like rattle around or whatever, and you could like throw it in the back or something. But he went and got just a nice little, I shouldn't say nice, but like a little fucking nylon like lined holster thingy.
Mm.
It's got like a big, it's almost like an old army one. Like it's got like a big flap that covers over the whole top of the gun, and then it has a snap.
Yeah.
So he got like one of those for his little 22. But again, it's not like he doesn't conceal carry with that or anything. Like at least he's smart enough.
Yeah, that's a struggle. That's a struggle
Yo.
holster.
Smeggy, you should wait for the CZ. For your
What
carry
CZ?
gun.
Struggle rat.
P10C. P10C. The P10C.
Is that gonna be a little single stack?
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Pussy single stacks.
I want a little thin dude.
Yo, what the fuck?
15 rounds of winter carry perfection. There's improving perfection, what they say.
Or how I like to call it, about to get sued.
Well, I mean, shit. That's not much different than for me just carrying my regular fucking 75 SPO1.
It's only 10 ounces lighter.
Yeah, it sounded heavy when I was reading the article. It's 2.5 ounces heavier than a Glock 19.
Still 10 ounces lighter than Smeggy's.
Oh, yeah. It's like 24.5 ounces or 24 ounces or some shit.
TAC is on tonight live. with the wacky Israeli guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I considered getting something full size, or at least bigger but lighter, or just going with the single stack.
Yeah, read that article about the. I'll post it in the side for when you get back to your computer.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna go find some food real quick.
Guys, guys,
Shut it down,
it's
man. We're
time for
going
me
to talk
go.
shit. Are we going to stay live, or we're going to just talk about Dan now behind his back?
No, we're still live, man. I ain't stopping no time soon.
Okay. Don't stop.
To his face.
Don't stop till you get Tech Daddy starts soon. He's got that Israeli guy, Mickey Hartman.
Yep, sell the trainers.
Well, this guy ain't training nobody. Trust me. That guy ain't training no fucking buddy. That guy ain't training no civilians no time soon. He's selling optics. That's what he's doing. Hey.
Yeah, bye guys.
This
Have a nice
review.
day. And
Later, bro.
see you
Okay,
tomorrow.
you too.
Holler back and shit.
Take it easy, man.
That guy had all
This
these.
review
what I know.
compares it directly with a Glock. The whole time.
What are you talking about? The P10 or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh.
I never even
It's
heard
like
of
a Glock.
Is it brand new or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They announced it on Thanksgiving, or revealed.
Well, that was kind of dumb. Who the hell's sitting around on Thanksgiving reading gun stuff?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Losers.
Just couldn't wait till SHOT Show, huh?
No, they knew the side charging AR was going to be top billing that day.
No, dude, top billing is the AR cooler.
Probably right.
I don't know about them sights. Your sight pusher probably works.
I'm waiting for
Do
them
you
to make
shoot
one.
too much and your barrel gets hot? Do you also have 10 minutes to have a fan plugged into your AR? This product's for you.
Yeah, you must have shot a whole bunch. You know your target audience is Iraqi veteran. When he has a meltdown video.
I'm telling you, if they would have invented something that like blows air between the handguard and the barrel, like attaches to it, like attaches to the fucking key mod or something, and then shoots air through there, like
Yeah.
might have had, because then you could shoot while it's air cooling, which is like some machine guns used to do with the water cooling thing back in the day. I don't know how much more efficient that would be. I mean, it's all a matter of how many CFMs they can pull at a different air temperature, obviously. But it would work.
We need to like a poll on gun channels. The best worst idea we could come up with for an AR. It has to be rail mounted. It has to make absolutely no fucking sense. And it can't be more than $30. We'll make money.
But it's got to appeal to the mall ninjas.
No, it doesn't have to appeal to anybody. It just has to be new. And it has to make no sense. And we'll sell a bunch. Even mall ninjas want shit like a light, optics, sling, front, forward pistol grip. This has to make zip sense, like literally like Picatinny mounted lipstick holder. You know what I mean? Like a beer. Some guy made a beer opener, dude, and he's selling the shit out of them. I think it's on Novetzke's website. It's a fucking rail mounted beer opener. Anyway.
Well, I know the Magpul tool, the AR tool, like the wrench and all that shit, it has a bottle opener on it. And it says in the instructions, like, bottle opener to celebrate once you finish your build or some shit. Like
Yeah,
that's it.
The bottle opener, it's a bottle opener. It's just sitting on the fucking rail like a hand stop, like a grip stop, whatever they call
All right, so I'm thinking a cozy then. You know, a little cup holder with a little foam or whatever. And put your beer on your rail.
It would work.
This
How
is
about
an
one
AR.
of those like skull cans?
A bandolier or a mandolier, whatever. No, bandolier. And it starts with a B. Anyways, with 5-hour energy drinks.
You saw the Kydex for the skull can for the dip outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's buying it.
So that's why I think we're limited with AR. I think we just need to think up our best dumb idea.
Yeah. And then we need to do a Kickstarter. Like maybe a vaporizer?
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Like
Some type
a
of-
rail-mounted vaporizer. With a
Yeah,
tube.
and then it could have a little like hookah tube, so you could like be puffing on it while it's shouldered.
On the Draco? Put that shit on the Draco?
You can put that shit on everything. I ain't no ways tired.
I need to go get pizza. I ain't no ways tired of eating pizza.
I was about to say me either, but I did just have pizza, so I don't think I'm gonna go get some.
I ain't in no ways eating pizza.
But if I get pizza, then I can get the deal that comes with the 2 liter. Then I don't have Mountain Dew.
So the Electoral College voted today, right?
Yesterday, Trump won.
Trump won? Are you kidding me?
He lost
I thought-
2 votes in Texas, and Hillary lost 4.
Are you kidding?
So this whole "don't vote for the people your state voted for," it backfired, and she lost even more votes.
That's funny.
Let me play you a clip from Trump. What he
Like
says.
everything she's done, she's lost votes. The recount had a net gain. Like she gained a few, and he gained more. And then the whole like "don't vote," she lost. We did show up in January, just like rush the stage and like try and sneak her hand like under his hand on the Bible and be like, "Oh, you technically swore me in, haha."
All right, you ready? Ready to hear it?
Go. Hello?
Vicious, violent, screaming, "Where's the wall? We want the wall!" Screaming, "Prison, prison, lock her up." I mean, you are going crazy. I mean, you were nasty and mean and vicious, and you wanted to win, right? But now, it's much different. Now you're laid back, you're cool, you're mellow, right? You're basking in the glory of victory. But now you're mellow and you're cool and you're not nearly as vicious or violent, right? Because we won, right?
What the fuck's he talking about?
What's he talking about? Violent?
Violent, that's what I'm saying.
That was stupid. He's on so much amphetamine that he don't know what the fuck he's saying. He's going to release his tax records when he releases his medical records. And they find out he's on fucking like 18 Adderalls a day. I like him though. It was about time we got an Adderall president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
He said, violent? You were violent? You were never fucking violent, man. One white dude punched some guy or something, right? That was all I could think of. Punched the dude on the way out. That was like they kept playing that clip for like a year and a half.
Meanwhile, in the streets, Trump supporters are like getting their fucking heads caved in.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm telling anybody who I care about, like, even the slightest, like, yo, dude, take that hat off, man. You'll get jumped. You'll get your ass beat. You fucking with that hat. You got wearing that shirt. That shit look like, jump me now. Terrified. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever let a family member wear that fucking shirt or hat around my city. Like, fuck no. And you're asking for trouble, man, in my opinion. You could be like, well, state one time it happened. Well, I think we can. You know, I think we can state a lot of times it's happened. I don't think we could find one Hillary Clinton fucking person getting jumped for a fucking I'm with her t-shirt.
No.
Did you see? There was a video of this guy. I guess he's in like the common area of his apartment or something. And he was wearing a t-shirt that said "Build the Wall."
Oh, yeah.
And this fucking crazy girl and like this guy come up and be like, "You want to build the wall, motherfucker?"
You racist.
And he's like, "No, thank you. I don't. Please leave me alone. I don't want to."
She started saying to him, like, you're racist. You're racist. I bet you don't get laid. I bet you don't get laid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Video. He was like, what?
She like stepped on him or something. He's like, "Please don't touch me." She's like, "Oh, you want to get touched? You never get touched."
Yeah.
And it's like,
she's like, you're
like,
dumb. You didn't go to college. She's like, you didn't go to college. You didn't go to college. You're dumb.
I saw someone like talking about it, so they edited it. But apparently, it was like 20 minutes of her harassing that.
Yeah. I just wound up skimming through it, like, so, to see if it would change, because I thought at some point she was going to slap him because she was a fucking nut, and I thought at some point, okay, she's going to get physical, but she didn't. But she just kept saying, like, you're dumb. You didn't go to college. You didn't go to college. All Trump supporters are high school dropouts. Like, you're dumb. Like, all Trump supporters. And you don't get laid. Yeah, it was pretty funny. The guy was like, yo, listen, I found this t-shirt in my gym bag. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Are you dumb or are you stupid? You know what I mean? Are we finished or are we done? That's what I would have said there. I would have said, we're done. We're done here. I wonder if we'll ever have an election like that again. Where, like, I'm actually afraid, I would be actually afraid to wear one person's t-shirt. Maybe the re-election in 4 years. Maybe things will calm down a little bit.
I think the new thing is to hose down rioters in the freezing cold.
That shit is nasty. That's nasty shit. It's like third world. That's third world type of shit. Like, I'm too scared to wear a fucking Make America Great shirt again. I'm afraid I'm going to get fucking killed.
Both my BCM hats that they sent me were the same for both uppers.
Yeah.
Both the ones with the American flag on it.
Yeah, they're gray, right? I think.
Mine are khaki or whatever.
Khaki, yeah. That shit don't fit my big ass head. I can't even wear that shit. The one they sent me that said Bravo Company on it was whack. It was whack. There's no doubt about it. It was stupid. It was like gray. I think that was the gray one. And just had big Bravo Company spelled out, not the BCM with the star.
Yeah.
That's the one I like, the BCM with the star. No one knows what the fuck that is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If someone asked me, I'd just be like, black colleges matter or some shit. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck. It's nothing to do with that. The other one screams like could be gun related, gun stuff. More gun stuff than you can possibly imagine. Some idiot is calling.
Shit. Shit.
Oh, DB bailed on us.
Yeah, you got a phone call.
I had to stop and get gas. I didn't realize I was that low. I knew I was under a quarter tank, but once I started looking at it, I was like, shit, dude, I got like a gallon of gas left. That's no good.
Nope. Gas sucks. We need cars that run on air.
Yeah, air cars. I agree.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna build a steam engine car. I mean, it'll take me a little longer to get places, but no biggie. Think of all the money I'll save. It'll be real fancy.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
I see it's just us superstars in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to check out Andalus Armory, and they're having technical issues.
Oh shit. I forgot they were on.
So it's roboting like really, really bad. So, and they're aware of it. There's just nothing they can do since they're all on literally the same connection.
Yeah.
So
they're like The View, but with gun dudes. at a gun shop.
Kinda. I don't know if they'd like that analogy, but yeah.
Which one's Barbara Walters?
Well, and that's the part that, yeah. I would think it'd be the older guy, who I'm assuming he's the owner.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure. I know he's as a minimum, he's the manager.
Yeah, I think he owns it.
Because, you know, sometimes with gun shops, as any other business, is the owner may be busy with his main business, but may run that as a side thing and have somebody manage it for him, because he can't be in two places at once. Have you ever? I got a question for you. Have you ever considered, beyond just a passing thought, maybe I should try getting my FFL into what I call out of the spare room sort of a side business?
Not ever since the ATF said that you can't do that anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. The past, before.
Before?
Yeah.
I thought it was possible. I never actually wanted to do it, but I thought it was.
Okay, so you never did have any interest. Okay, that was my question.
That's it. My buddy looked into it. He was going to do it mostly for himself and like friends, you know, just like to kind of help everybody out.
Right.
And that's kind of frowned upon. Like they really want you to like actually be trying to make money. He's like, oh, I just want to charge my friends like $10 or something, you know, just whatever.
I mean, as long as it's
he did not like the part where they can search your entire house. Like, even though you can't just be like, well, no, just this one room is like the FFL part.
Right.
They can come whenever they want and search his entire house. Not that he has anything bad in there. He just didn't like that.
Well, you know, I'll give an example of how it can be bad. Even if, let's say, you're on the up and up, you don't do anything wrong, period, in your life in any way, shape, or form. But a friend of yours brings over a girlfriend or whatever, and just so happens that you know, she doesn't mind dipping into certain substances from time to time, and accidentally leaves an infinitesimal amount in the cracks of your seat cushion of something that's frowned upon seriously. And of course, she goes, months or maybe years have passed, and now all of a sudden you've got an ATF showing up at your house, and unknown to you, as well as all of your family, there's a little piece of something in the cracks of your sofa.
Yeah, that actually kind of happened to another friend of mine. It was in his car, and yeah, something rolled out of like his friend's pocket or whatever. Like it was like a cigarette kind of thing. I don't know what it was. It was some weird looking thing. But anyways, like it was one of them things the cop said, like, oh, you know, can we search your car or whatever? And he's like, yeah, of course you can. I got no problem with that, because he figured he had nothing bad in there. And they found that. And it was like, you know, what are you going to do? Be like, well, that's not mine. It's like, okay, well, that's what they all freaking say. So it's like, that's not going to help you much.
But somebody's going to jail. Or somebody's getting something. What's that?
Oh, sorry. There was a tow truck pulling up onto this guy's driveway. There was a car at the end of the driveway, like stuck in the snowbank. And it looked like he tried to like cut the corner short, pulling out of his own driveway, and like wound up in the berm. You know, like when the plow comes by, it gets all like icy and shit.
You got lake effect snow going on by you?
What's that?
You got lake effect snow?
No, it's not snowing right now.
Oh.
And we're too far east for lake effect, actually. That's like the other side of the state.
Well, yeah, but even the east side can get blowback from what is that, Lake Huron?
Oh, yeah, the wind doesn't normally come in off that way. Maybe if you're right against the shore.
Because like Chicago, even though it's on the west side of the lake, still gets lake effect snow, even though that's not the primary direction of the wind.
All right. Well, then I guess I'm the right direction away. I'm far enough inland on that side to also avoid it. But yeah, no, I don't know. It was just kind of weird. The car was, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how he did it. Like, because he's pointing it out away from the driveway. So it's not like it was a car on the road that lost control. And his driveway was cleared. So it's like, why did you cut the turn to the left? Like, you could have just like went straight out your driveway, then turned.
Right.
But whatever. I guess he's getting pulled out, so that'll be okay.
Is those bullets, ammo, or what?
It's just dinner.
Yeah.
What is it again?
I don't know.
All right. Home sweet home. It's time for hit or miss.
So I got a question for you. Speaking of hit or miss, so
yes, it is the best show on the internet.
So what, other than saying it's a gun show, or excuse me, it's a gun channel that focuses on guns and various paraphernalia, how is it different than let's say a lobby chat or the Daily Show?
Well, I'd say it's
a Matt chat.
Lobby, as in we tend to have topics. Sometimes we don't know them until last minute, but we do try and stay somewhat on topic, whereas lobbies, people just randomly talk about whatever. And I don't know, compared to the Daily Show, it's probably similar. I mean, it cover the same kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's just the best because, you know, it is.
I'd like to thank the chat, the external chat, for all the suggestions and stuff for my steam engine car.
Your steam engine car?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Sick of buying gas, just like Smeggy.
Hey, Bob.
I'm here to talk about steam-powered cars, man. I got some ideas.
I'm going to build one of them thermal engine things. You seen those ones? You like set them on top of a cup of coffee or whatever, and it like moves a little thing.
I'm talking a Stirling engine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put a candle under it. Yeah, well, they don't make a whole lot of power. But steam, now you can burn that, you can heat that water you need for the steam power with used engine oil, cooking oil, wood, almost anything. And they make the steam burners, and you're going to make about 12 horsepower on something that's going to take up the same room as a V8 motor. Thing is, it's going to have like huge torque. It will move that truck along at 75 miles an hour, no problem, eventually.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay? Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. So it takes a while to accelerate, but like it's going to get up to speed, and you're just going to have to feed it either, like I say, used oil or wood, almost anything. And if you use like a rocket stove burner, which you can get, all the technologies there, you're then feeding it very small amounts of fuel. I mean, like, it's so easy to make something that's going to be really efficient, and you're going to be able to get fuel anywhere. Garbage. You can burn McDonald's bags. I mean, wow.
I remember seeing there was a tractor pull, and you know, it was one of them like super souped up tractors.
Yeah.
You know, it had like big ass wheels, and it was like a jet powered kind of thing or whatever. I don't know what it was. Probably alcohol engine or whatever.
Turbine engine or a alcohol drag station kind of thing. Yeah.
So they instead of doing like where, you know, they just pull the sled up the incline or whatever. This was an old-fashioned tractor pull. Two tractors hooked together, pulling against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing's going off. He's revving it up. He's cranking it, and he's kind of like pulling the other tractor. You know, he's getting some headway.
Yeah.
And
then
the other
tractor engaged. Yeah.
From like the fucking whatever turn of the century.
Traction
and
engine, they're called.
decided to kick it, like turn it on. And as soon as the steam engine, like once the flywheel was up to speed and shit, the thing just went chugga 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 chugga. Man, that other tractor, that super souped up thing, didn't have shit for it.
Yeah, well, I know they're amazing. Like, I mean, like those traction engines, I grew up with those things, around those things, right? And the amount of power they have to pull is absolutely incredible. Part of that is because they're heavy. Like, I mean, they break bridges. That was one of the downsides of them, right? Because they were so heavy. But yeah, they worked really well, and they were simple. Like a steam engine is not complicated.
I remember going to this thing up north, and it was the old engine show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on like, you know, like a fairgrounds type of thing. And it was just all this like old steam engines and different like tractors and like all sorts of stuff. It was really cool. A lot of cool history, but these guys were like collectors and they fixed stuff up and made stuff themselves, and it was cool.
Oh yeah, it's same. It's like I grew up where, you know, there's on the one side there was a World War II training museum, but a small one in a small town. So, you know, you could go there and just hang out and work on World War II airplanes. And then there was a steam museum that was kind of like, would also have fairs and stuff like that, and a rodeo. But they had like 20 or 30 big old steam traction engines and big threshing machines. And, you know, probably 30 or 40 guys who looked after them and kept them running and would take them out. Those traction engines are absolutely amazing. They will pull one of those super tractor pull tractors all over the field all day because they weigh 20 tons. You know, well, not much, but they're so massively heavy. But with the technology we have today, you could make a steam powered, like think like basically a 6x6, like you know, an army truck, a deuce and a half, right? Take a deuce and a half. You could put a steam power plant right in the middle, just behind the cab, have it fed, like I say, by oil, or you could have a wood burning part, and then you could fill the back of the truck up with wood and keep you going for 1,000 miles, or hundreds anyway. And with a modern rocket type stove where you can just feed small amounts and they burn really efficiently, there's almost no ash, no smoke. I mean, holy crap, man, you would have a rig that could drive forever for nothing. You know, other than your tires and your brakes and shit like that. Oh, perfect idea. Perfect prepper vehicle, right? Because you've also got a steam power plant, so you can have another generator wheel that'll run a generator and run you power as you feed this thing steam, because it isn't going to matter. It's a steam plant. They're made to last 100 years. Shit, man, I just solved the world's problems. Live on Gun Channel's Lobby Chats. Now, I should have done this on the daily chat, but anytime I start to go off the rails, Dano always corrects me, and he's a bit of a bully sometimes. Oh shit, you're still here, Dano.
Can't get me to bite.
Lol. Oh my god, I started saying lol. Of course, I also say, oh my god, that was like because I had a teenage daughter. And that was because I'm a Canadian and I like beer.
I thought you were depressurizing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
when you
pretty
say
much.
it to Dano, you mean lots of love.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. For sure, man. For sure. But yeah, I got confirmation from my bank. Got my money. That means I will be leaving right after New Year's. And then I'll be down to SHOT Show. And then I think we're going to hang around in Nevada and do the gun shops around Nevada. And because, like, why not? You know, I'm there. I got to wait for the paperwork. And Nevada's a little bit closer. than Arizona for driving back to get my guns. But I'm still going to do that. Plus, I have to get my dog. I'm letting somebody look after I'm letting my girlfriend's looking after my dog until I get my paperwork. So it's one less thing to have to cross the border.
Where like this lady like texted her daughter or whatever and was like, well, just to let you know, grandma passed away, blah blah blah, whatever. LOL. And the daughter was like, what the fuck, mom? Like, why are you laughing? She's like, it means lots of love. She's like, no, it means laughing out loud.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
the mom replies back, oh my god, I sent that text to everyone.
Yeah, it's like, oops.
Grandma died, LOL.
Yeah.
It means lots of love, doesn't it?
It's like, did grandma have money? Yeah, that would have been worse if it turned out grandma was loaded and she was like, yoo-hoo! It's like hitting the lottery. Grandma died. What? That could bend you for life. Be right back. Gotta do something.
I don't believe he's coming back.
He's gonna wander off and forget what he was doing.
Yeah. For sure.
No telling with Bob.
You're home now, huh? Smaggy, I put that link in the side chat.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll check it out.
The guy that wrote the M4 field manual, he likes his. He's like CZ fanboy too.
Oh, Raph was looking for me earlier? Sorry, buddy. No, I'm not around. And then a million other links.
Dano, maybe you want a CZP-10C instead of a PPQ.
It's not my PPQ to decide upon.
No, I mean, because it's not yours.
Who's going to miss it,
You
right?
would want- no. You would want your own, but instead of getting your own, just get the CZP-10C.
No, for free.
I really got to hold one and feel the trigger. They say it's better than the PPQ, but I got to feel for myself.
Yeah.
Got some goals for next year. I'm gonna do an SBR.
You're going to do an SBR?
Yeah.
What's finally driven you to that point?
Well, I was gonna upgrade my pistol, my AR pistol.
Uh-huh.
But I decided I want the real deal, Holyfield. What the stock on there? So, this was going to be an expensive venture.
So, are you going to do it via a local place to you?
Yeah, I'll probably get the lower and fill out the paperwork at Classic Pistol. Or fill out the paperwork online or whatever. I don't know which one's better. I think I'll do all the paperwork in person. I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I could do the paperwork online to come to.
Since they have it, they're like a suppressor dealer. I guess they have all the right shit, right paperwork. Let's see here. Are we getting this upper in the side shot?
Take a peek.
And they have pictures of it with the lower that I'll be putting on it.
Well, you always seem to have been a BCM fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I like their stuff.
So, you just going to get a standard flash hider?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what I get on there. So, whatever it comes with. And then I might change it out.
Do you already have an extra or spare bolt carrier group?
Nope. I'm going to have to add that to the price. It's $169.
Yeah.
Added to $686.
Well, you know, maybe if we can get
I bought. The last
the guy
upper
from
I bought.
Romania back on, he can tell us where we can get one for less than 100.
No.
Didn't he say he could get one for less than 100?
No, he had a website to an upper, but let me try to repost it.
Now, is that like a 10-inch
I
barrel?
don't think he understood. I don't think he understood. Yeah, it's 11.5 inch.
Yeah.
There's his link he sent me and was telling me about the $219.
Yeah, I think there was a language issue which made it a little difficult to try to express the question or interfered with him understanding it.
That's the wrong link. That's for the lower. The lower's cheap. I mean, it's almost a complete lower. Yeah, here's the link to the upper. Oops. I don't think he understood that. Nowhere on here does it say it comes with the bulk carrier group.
Right.
He was saying it does. I was saying that it says BCG optional, charging handle optional. You go down to the options and you can add the bolt carrier and charging handle for $99. Or a nickel more for $129.
I remember you I remember you saying that to him, and I understood exactly what you meant, but he wasn't quite getting it.
Yeah, I gave up.
But then again, he was doing a heck of a job. I know I don't speak his language. I'm a lazy American.
Yeah, he speaks pretty good English. Pretty good English.
Definitely the only Romanian I've ever spoken to.
Oh, hey, have you guys ever heard of Polnar Tactical? Polnar
You
Tactical?
found your way back to the computer?
What do you mean I found my way
What is
back?
it, Polanar? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, okay. Polnar Tactical is there's I think they're Czechoslovakian or Hungarian. They're getting sponsored to go to the NRA show, SHOT Show, because they do training and all kinds of videos about training, mostly with VZ58 and the Tavor and stuff like that. All the cool stuff they get, full auto stuff. So it's really cool. And yeah, I was talking to them online, and we're gonna meet at SHOT Show.
These guys aren't Canadians.
Mm-mm. No, they're like from Europe, but they live where they can get to play with, full auto AKs and shit like that.
Yeah, this guy on the front of their website's got an AK with an EOTech.
Yep. Oh yeah, they do all kinds of really cool stuff actually, and yeah, they got one girl shooter that's just freaking hot. But she's still like seriously a serious shooter, eh? She just happens to be really sexy European girl. So yeah, it's like, it's gonna be fun to meet them. That sounded kind of creepy in a way.
That's because we know you.
You've said creepier. You've sounded creepier before.
Good point. I probably have. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, this is setting up to be the best SHOT Show ever as far as meeting people and stuff like that. I'm so stoked about it, eh? And I got my money's come through, so that means I'm gonna be there for sure. I'm gonna be staying at Arizona Charlie's RV Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's really cool. It's got a casino right next to it. Not that I've gone to the casino because I kind of like to keep my money. But yeah, that's going to work out really good. And then there's a whole bunch of Nevada gun shops and Nevada's new laws and everything they're going through. It's going to be an interesting month or so. And then I got to come back to Canada, which isn't a big deal. It's just 2-day drive.
Well, Nevada got universal background checks.
Yep. Well, that's what I say.
You get to like how are the is it written really stupid in a way that you can't like pass a gun to another person without a transfer?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, the people I met down there last year were so lax about guns. It was just like.
Are you sure lax is the word you want to use?
Yeah, actually, like the people, like I had a guy in the trailer park with me, going, "Oh yeah, I got this 44 Red Hawk, oh, it was a great deal. It was like $300." And I said, $300? He goes, "Yeah, but the guy was a little shady. I bought it from him, but $300, 44 Red Hawk." And I'm like,
okay, you went from relaxed, now he's shady. You're really painting a picture here.
No, I didn't say relaxed. I said lax. Lax, as in uncaring about the laws. That's different than relaxed.
Yeah. Well, you went from lax to all of a sudden now it's shady.
Well, it's kind of the same thing, but lax is the nicer way to say it.
No,
shady. I realized that you weren't going to get it, so I had to simplify it because
Oh, Bob.
Oh, that was a good one. I was subtle. I slipped it in there and insulted you right under the table.
You qualified for an official eye poke. I'd poke you right in the eye.
It's like
I'm wearing
having
my
two
sunglasses, man.
celebrities. Two
I'm wearing my
celebrities.
sunglasses.
Are you
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to talk over me?
Boy, I wish.
Two celebrities in the chat.
I'll
Daily.
tell you what. When I didn't meet Gunny last year. I think I saw him, standing like with all these people standing in line. I don't do lines. I won't stand. In
People are going to be standing in line to take a picture with you, Bob.
I don't think so. I'm
I'm gonna
pretty
post
damn sure they won't be. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to post your patch on one of my next pictures because I have a Biker Bob patch, and then Gun Channel is going to repost that, and Marco's got like 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, right.
So you're going to be famous by the time SHOT Show happens.
Wouldn't that be cool, man? I could promote Gun Channels and Every Second Matters, being kind to animals. Right now, I'm turning this Mastiff's ears inside out because it looks funny when her ears are inside out and pinned together on top of her head. And she's just laying here going, ooh. Actually, she's not even making noises. God, you're a weird dog. Man, these things are so ugly. You ever see a Mastiff, like a real up close? They are the funniest looking dogs. Their face is just mutated. You can almost get your thumb stuck in between the ridges between their eyes.
Yeah. They have like 30 pounds of skin in the front of their face.
Yeah.
Like excessive skin growth.
Yeah. But they're such big, powerful dogs. Like, I mean, she just dominates Charlie. They're the same height. Well, he's actually a little taller than her. And she just pushes him around like nothing, eh? Of course, she is a female, so they're naturally push the male dogs around. Just kind of the way dogs are.
Does she have Charlie's nuts in a jar?
Yeah, he doesn't have any nuts. That's probably part of the problem.
Oh, just like his owner?
No, that's true. I did get fixed years ago after I had 2 kids. I went, ooh, that's enough.
And now the girlfriend's got yours in a jar?
I don't know how many more. I think the doctor kept him. I don't know. He was weird, though. He wanted to shave me himself. I thought that was kind of creepy.
Are you entertaining yourself, Bob?
I actually entertain myself big time right there. Excuse me while I cough. Oh, I'm still fighting off this damn cold. Oh, we had a cold snap, and now it's warmed up to it's only minus, 9 or 10 or something. So it's pretty nice. But by Friday, it's supposed to be back to minus 30. And it's just like, oh, for God's sakes. Like, that just makes everything, anything you got to do outside is miserable. I'm hoping it warms up before I got to hook up the trailer and leave, right? Because minus 30, I mean, brakes don't work. It's not nice. But 2 days I'll be down to where it gets warmer. Maybe. Hopefully. Well, that's your tattoo. This dog's got a tattoo in her ear. So, Dano, are you working tonight or what?
Yeah, Moon, that whole article is basically like, this is similar to a Glock, but a little bit better. This is similar to a Glock, but a little bit better.
Yeah.
That is funny. Like the opening line of that thing, which is the official release from CZ, was Improving on perfection.
Yeah.
Like if that's not a, poke the bear type comment, I don't know what is.
I just have one criticism. They have too many roll pins.
What has too many roll
One
pins?
is too many, and they have like 7 or some shit.
What has too many roll pins?
The CZ.
Oh,
The P10.
I think
Yet
the
you
slide
have one.
comes. I don't have one yet.
This one's a brand new one, and they just announced it. It hasn't hit shelves yet.
Although if you just get the right tools, I'm sure everything inside of it looks pretty simplistic.
Ooh, that's a sexy looking gun there, Moon.
Oh, the PPQ.
I like how the filter made the bullets almost look like they're like hexagons or something. Like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, everything inside the P10 looks pretty simple.
I've been noticing on my Instagram for some reason, people's repost shows up like posting earlier than the original. Like, Hashtactical reposted you. As I'm scrolling through, it looks like she posted first and then you posted like a couple later.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about their new stupid thing.
Is
See
it
that
because
all the time.
they don't order it by time anymore? Like they order it by like relevance or something? So it thinks that I like your pictures more than hers, so it showed yours first and then hers was lower down in the list.
Right now, I got hers first and then mine, like right back to back.
So there's one that snuck in between the two of you guys. Let's see. All right, so there's hers. And then I got a 2017 Matters, Tac Daddy, and then yours.
Yeah.
Yours is all the way on top. Oh, but you posted like an hour ago. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yep. I don't know.
Hour ago.
1 hour. It can be 1 hour to 6 hours ago.
It's like they put them in brackets or something. Because, I mean, obviously, I'm not seeing shit that, like, was posted yesterday or something.
No.
So it's obviously still somewhat recent. I mean, it's kind of hard because a lot of times I'll see, I don't know, I subscribe to like 2 or 3 different reposters. So I see the same picture, like I'll see yours, and then Hash will repost it, and then Gun Channels will repost it, and then, something else will repost. I'm like, oh, I've seen this one before. This is Moon's. But it's weird that the order's been messed up.
Primary, secondary podcast is
I hate how that's like the thing that companies do, right? They like websites. They'll set a thing up, and then they'll be like, okay, now you can follow people, and we'll tell you when they do new stuff. And you're like, okay, cool. So whatever it is, like it, follow it, whatever, subscribe to it, whatever the thing's called. So you do that, and then after it like gets bigger, or it's been around for a while, they decide, all those people you said you wanted to like keep updated with, well, we're not going to show you half of them because you probably don't actually like them or something, and we're going to tell you what you like more than what you asked for. It's like, I want my shit just in order. Just pop it up in time, show me every single one. And I've heard them say, well, it's because people follow too many people, and so then stuff gets lost. It's like, well, then don't follow 5,000 channels. Like, I only pick the ones that I like. And if they post too much crap I don't like, then I don't follow them anymore. It's not that hard. No, snap. I should repost my hit or miss picture. See if we can get more people on the show tonight.
So, do you have any topics for tonight? Entice me to either want to view or just want to view the show. Entice me.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's cool.
Cool to the kids?
Cool to everybody. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but oh well, we'll figure something out. Night Strike probably has something figured out. I'm just there for the candy. You know, because I'm eye candy. That was the joke.
Trump called me violent, but I don't want to write him a letter because I don't want to look like I need a safe space because he called me violent. Anybody having the same dilemma?
Nope. Because screw you, Moon. No, I just realized I'm pretty sure, unless I don't know, maybe I'm not paying attention as much anymore, but I think you're the first one I've heard say the word Trump so far today. I've been trying to do a thing where I'm trying to go like as many days in a row without hearing the word Trump. And I'm pretty sure, because I realized this a little bit ago, I think I've heard the word Trump since like a couple months before the election, every single day. And the dude at work ruined it for me on Monday. And I think you might be the first one I heard of. I might have heard it earlier and I just ignored it, but you're the first one that I've noticed we've been like, oh crap, I've heard the T word.
To do it on a Tuesday.
Why is my fucking phone vibrating? What the fuck?
That's gonna count. It's DB trying to join.
Yeah, but why did my phone vibrate? That's weird.
You got it set for when DB tries to join that it vibrates?
No, I turned off all the fucking alerts and shit on this thing. And I'm not even in on my phone anymore, so why would my phone care if he's in or not? God damn it, I got something stuck in my throat.
Oh, yeah.
Trump said what?
Trump said we're violent.
Oh, I think he was being sarcastic.
Hopefully it's taken out of context and he was like, well, now you're relaxed, so you need to start being violent again. Then again, he still said we're violent. Let's see what he says. I'm feeding the left. Good.
Yeah, they'll twist it either way, right? It don't matter. Yeah. No matter what he said, I'm just going to get twisted up.
Getting this, I'm trying to buy some brass online. I'm getting this strange error when I click, submit after I get all my credit card information and everything in there. It says gateway error. The transaction has been declined because of an AVS mismatch. What is an AVS mismatch? Address provided does not match the billing address of the cardholder.
Talking about Willis.
It could be, yeah. Your apartment number isn't right, or you put unit.
Right. Well, I use the autofill, so it's the same on every form.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that's concerned. No. Well, maybe I'll just try use my debit card instead. See if that is weird. I've never seen that sort of error.
We'll stop using stolen credit cards.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you would think.
That makes sense.
Stop using them prepaid joints.
Try a different piece of plastic.
Buy my John Wick tickets.
Oh shit! When does that come out?
Call them Wickets. John Wickets.
When does that come out?
February 10th.
When?
Oh shit!
February 10th.
They're selling tickets already?
They always do that now. And if you do it through Fandango to the right theater, you can do reserved seating. You get to pick out your seat.
Yeah, the theater I go to has numbers, seat numbers.
Yeah, that's.
really
I
cool.
don't know, man. I'm still. God damn it. I'm still like leery on that whole thing. It just doesn't feel the same as the movies. Of like everyone has assigned seating, and it's like. I don't know. It's
so
just
good.
weird.
You can go to get popcorn and soda and not fucking worry about it, and like you can come
It's
in
like
like right,
electric
you can come in right when the trailers start and be like, "Hey, bum, get out of my fucking seat, man." Not only do I have a fucking Glock, I have mace. Not only do I have mace, I have a bucket of popcorn. I'm gonna shove it on top of your fucking head.
It just seemed it. I guess it would kind of suck if you're trying to go with some people because I was watching the thing. Like I was watching tickets sell out and like watching the theater kind of fill in, and of course everyone always wants like either the top row or the front row or whatever. Like there's two classes of people, and everyone kind of wants the middle of the screen. But then every time like a couple seats would pop up, it'd be like 2 people empty seat, 2 people empty seat. Like, and I know that kind of shit happens in real life. Like when people go to sit down, they always kind of leave a gap. But at least then you could be like, hey, do you mind like scooting over one so we could put these 2 together, like, you know, in person? But with that, it's like all the assigned seating shit.
There's no seats. There's no scooting over when you go see John Wick on like the first weekend, or maybe John Wick, but like you go see Star Wars on the first, let's say 4 days. That's that area you speak of. Like, can you scoot over? Every seat is taken. So it's basically like whoever got the crappy seats, when you look around and you see people sitting all the way over to the left or right, those people just bought their seats like yesterday or something like that. You know what I mean? I bought my seats a week ago. So I have the goods. Everyone around us bought their seats a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever it is. So that's why he's buying his seats now, so he's going to be in a theater it's going to be packed if you go on the first day. You know, depending on what time. I like to go during the week. And let me tell you, I went on Monday to go see Rogue One, and I went to go see a 4:00 show on Monday, IMAX 3D. The entire theater was taken, booked out. Like not a seat in the house, except for the first like 3 rows where you'd break your neck. Like you'd literally break your neck.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't even understand why they make those fucking seats. Like,
yeah.
I know it's
for
money,
people who come in late and like just want to see it. You know,
I know, but it's, yeah. There was one time we did that. I went to the theater where there was, I don't know, 4 or 5 of us or something, and we had no idea what we wanted to see. My buddy was like, "Let's go watch a movie." I'm like, "Okay." So we just went there and was like, "All right, what's on right now?" I had no idea what the heck we were going to go see and all that shit. And yeah, what did it end up being? Oh shit, I forget what it was. It was some like over in like the Middle East with like the Crusades and the Muslims and the Jews all fighting and shit. Kingdom of something or whatever. It was a long ass fucking movie, and we were sitting in like that first row. So I don't know. It was not it was not a pleasant experience.
No, the only movies that I'm doing reserve seating for are like Jurassic World within the first 4 or 5 days of a movie coming out, stuff like that. Big movies. Where like, otherwise, you could go see John Wick probably on a weekday if you can get, and you'll be fine. You can sit there.
I usually go on like Sunday morning.
And say the theaters have you go pick your thing anyways, though. Like, because we saw Deadpool like 2 weeks after it was out, and it was like a Wednesday afternoon or something. I forget what it was, but whatever it was, it's like we went to see it, and it's still like we got tickets at the thing, and the girl's like, "Where do you guys want to sit?" We're like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, pick your seat." And it was like a little computer screen, like on the desk in the theater.
Thank God. because what they were doing was telling people without seats, well, you can sit anywhere you want. If someone comes, like, then you got to get up. And then what happened to me was I went online for popcorn. My girl went inside the theater, and there was like a whole rowdy little crew of fucking pieces of shit that were sitting in the middle, right in our seats, and told her, like, go fuck herself. Like, no, we got here first. And then my girlfriend was like, the entire theater is reserved seating. Like, you see the number, like this entire theater, like most people.
Let me see your stub, man.
No, she didn't even care. She was like, I don't care. The person said we could sit here, like the person at the theater. I mean, the ticket. So they just told them, like, you can sit anywhere unless someone kicks you, whatever they fucking, maybe they forgot to say that. So she comes back, and I told her, okay, you stand online for the popcorn. And I went straight to the security guy. I mean, to the customer service. It wasn't security. And I told them, like, oh, and in front of me was a couple. And the guy was on his first date with this girl. Like, you could hear them. And they got ran out of their seat, too. Like, some fucking thug dudes were like, get the fuck out of here. We're not moving, man. We don't give a fuck. You know, do what you want to do. So,
and you can't look like a bitch in front of your girl.
Oh my God, he bitched out. That was even worse. He was like, I just want my money back. I just want my money back. I don't want to deal with it. And she was like, well, what are we going to do? And it was just like, oh my God. Well, I felt
and
bad.
that girl was like, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to go jump on that guy's dick who kicked you out of the
Yeah, probably. That's what it is. Yeah. So then they left. They got their money back. I told the guy, I swear to God, like right before they were going to get their money back, I was like, you can just ask the usher to get them out. That's it. They got to go. And he was like, no, it's too much trouble or something. Whatever. So then it was my turn. I was like, there's like 3 people in the middle there. They're not getting out of our seats at all, right? And so they were like, we're going to go with security, like whatever. So let me go get security. So then this usher comes out like a fucking security guard. So he goes in and I go in right behind him to see what was going to happen. Like, I'm standing right there. And they were telling him to go fuck himself. Like, they were like, he was like, let me see your tickets. And he was like, yeah, you can't sit here. Like, these are reserved. And they were like, nah, like, get the manager. Fuck no. Nah, we're not moving, blah, blah, blah. Like, we were here first. It was a fucking fiasco. So they finally left, and there was nowhere for them to sit. Like, they had to either sit, like you said, all the way up in the front or all the way in the back. Like, not even in the back. There was, like, no room. I think it was Deadpool that this happened at. It was either Deadpool or like something right around there. So, and then they caused a big ass scene and were screaming and yelling on their way out. They got kicked the fuck out. I mean, the guy was like, "We call the police if you want. Like, you can't sit here. Whatever the fuck you want to do." So, so thank God if you show up late and or like to a theater with reserved seating, they shouldn't be telling you go sit in someone's seat. Like, it's silly. You know what I mean? It's like.
Right.
Every seat was sold out.
Like, it's not like we were late or nothing. I mean, we went there at work, and there was, you know, a showing at whatever 7:30, and then one at like 8 or something. So we're like, well, however long it takes for us to work, because we were all there, we were out of town and shit. It's like, we'll just head over to the theater when we get out of here. So whatever, you know, we got there at like 7-ish or something, and was like, oh, that's enough time to, like, you know, sit down or whatever. But
no, I'm not late.
It's like this lady,
I bought my tickets.
They had the fucking screen right there when you like, what tickets do you want to buy? It's like, I want to buy for this movie. She's like, okay, on that screen in front of you, what numbers do you want? And I was like, oh shit, that's weird.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I meant late because I bought my Deadpool tickets like a month in advance. I'm not kidding, like a month. So, whenever they go on sale on Fandango.
And actually, you know what? I'm starting to mix up my story a little bit because it was opening weekend for Deadpool. It wasn't opening day, but it was opening weekend. That's right. I'm forgetting the story. So it wasn't Deadpool where they had the ticket thing. It must have been a different movie. Because the Deadpool one, I swung by the theater at like 5 o'clock or whatever, because it was in between the plant and my hotel. And then we were going to go to dinner and then go to like the 8 o'clock showing. So I swung by to get the tickets early, you know, and the lady kind of like looked at me weird. And I'm like, well, it's opening weekend, fucking Deadpool. Like, you guys still have tickets? She's like, oh yeah. I'm like, you don't think you'll be busy? She's like, nah, probably not. And this theater was kind of like, it was just in a weird exit off the expressway. Like the 1 mile north of it It was a huge fucking mall and all this crazy stuff. And 1 mile south was like a bunch of other shopping and restaurants and everything. This exit, like you turn left and it's like a bunch of fucking woods, and then there's a long driveway that goes to a movie theater. So it's like they probably just don't get very many people because there's so much other stuff to do, and there's other theaters like in downtown and all that shit. So, but yeah, that one was fine. I got the tickets and it was no big deal. And when we got there, we just sat wherever. So that wasn't the theater that had the assigned seating. I don't remember what movie it was then that I saw that. But anyways, I think I'm gonna shut this one down, go jump over to Hit or Miss. Pink has his lobby up. I can repost the link.
And what's the topic that we should watch?
The topic's gonna be Dano's annoying the shit out of me, man. I don't know.
What guest do you have? I heard you have Dano as a guest tonight.
Oh, do we?
Subject matter expert. The SME of the chat tonight.
Because, you know, one piece of advice I can always give you is try to piss off the guest before he shows up on your show.
Oh, that's
Dano,
great.
you're the guest.
Is Dano the guest?
You're going to promote? Cross promotion?
Who knows?
You sound like you need a guest.
Check.
You're welcome to join, man. I got no problem with that.
I'm a listener.
Okay. Everyone's welcome to join in my book, just about.
I'm a hustler. If you ain't have Flippy on, I don't see the point.
No.
Yeah,
I tried extending the olive branch one time, and all I asked was that, like,
stay on topic.
He tries to stay on topic like a little bit and not talk about porn. He's like, nah, fuck that. Like, my whole point is just to, like, you know, be obnoxious and talk about random stuff. Like, that's what he said. I said, oh, okay, well then you're not invited.
Well, that's why you got Dano.
Which unfortunately sometimes is what ruins the lobby.
In my opinion, you can't ruin the lobby. It's the lobbies. All the lobbies are ruined. I think the lobbies have been ruined since Good Guy with a Gun left.
I'm happy as long as people don't play copyrighted shit in my lobby. I consider it not ruined.
Well, you know, that happened once to me, and
I've had two so far.
By someone here that actually hosts lobbies on a regular basis, and they're the ones that did it. And they blew it off and literally told me so, as if and said, well, it's no big deal.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Dano. I said I'm sorry, and it won't happen again.
No.
It was either me or Pink. Was it me?
Well, unless we've spoken about it, it's not you.
We were playing mad music
I don't
one night.
remember if we did or not,
night.
so I hope
all
it was
kinds
me.
of music, yo. We were playing Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. And
I remember at Pink's one time we did that. G-Webs was doing Guess That Too. We did it like all night.
Yeah, did he get in trouble for that? No, right?
Well, the thing is with those ones, they almost always just take your monetization. They don't ask you to take it down. It's not a strike against you. You don't make any money off of it.
Oh my
God! The
are you
company
kidding?
does.
I have
So
a
they're
video
just
that
doing
has
it
like
to,
30,000, I think 30,000 views on one of my videos. I don't think I got a check. I don't think I even made $1. Maybe $10. So these lobbies, I can't see any of these lobbies anyone ever hosted make more than $1.
No, they don't.
So if they take your monetization away, then
Well, I know that's
okay,
why.
who cares?
But for the
then
people
we should
that
play
actually,
music every fucking night.
But as an example,
No,
for people who may host a lobby but also produce content on the same channel, that's where it's a problem.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, if you only host a lobby, who cares? Just create a new account.
Yeah, that's what Pink did. It's Pink's lobby or something like that. That makes
But
sense.
if you also produce separate content,
Well, and it depends too, because again, it's up to the copyright owners what they want to do. Like a lot of times, if you're showing like a movie or something, they won't just like not allow you to monetize. They'll freaking do a strike against you, and if you get 3 strikes, then it keeps you from, protesting it or whatever, because that's one of the ways they'll do false stuff, and that gets people shut down. There was a big whole thing where
I got to take a phone call.
Okay.
Oh my God, Dano, you're fired from the chat.
But
Just got to take a phone call. You don't. Come on, man. When you're on air, you got to be more professional.
now this lobby's ruined.
That was a pleasant ringtone.
Like, you never heard the Obama phone before?
I'm going to get myself a Hillary phone.
I don't want a ringtone that
It has
sounds like Skynet's taking over. That's what I call it.
It has a built-in alarm that goes, "I ain't no ways tired."
Mm-hmm. No, they don't.
And then you're like, "You're right. I'm not tired." And you just get out of bed and not go to work because it's a Hillary phone.
No one can ruin it. The only way you can ruin a lobby is getting about 5 or 6 people in here, all with their mute button on, for like 45 minutes. That's a ruined lobby. I've fucking watched these lobbies sometimes, and I'm just like, wow. And then I'll come back like 20, 30 minutes later, and it's like just 4 or 5 icons on the bottom of the screen. No one's talking, dude. I'd rather listen to Dano ask you what topic it is for fucking an hour in my car. I'm bored. I don't want to listen to fucking
I was going to say,
music.
yeah, I'm guilty of doing that when I'm hosting it, just because I feel like I host it because that way other people can join whenever they feel like. And sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I'm not. But I try not to do that. If I jump into like someone else's lobby, I'm not just going to sit there muted if everyone else is. I'll either just drop out if no one's talking or, try and talk. So unless I like fell asleep or something and muted, then I might wake up and be like, oh crap, and just like drop out real quick. I have done that before.
I blame it on Mr. Knives.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty as charged.
Well, it's tough to like have something to talk about all day, every day or whatever. Sometimes you're just like, yeah, I can't really think of anything to talk about. And depending on who's in there.
All 6 of you guys? Come on, that's somebody.
Everybody that comes into my lobby hates Glocks.
Oh, okay.
Like, Glocks suck.
That's a problem.
Okay. What do I have to talk about?
See, I just don't know anything about guns, so I'm not really useful.
Well, there's the internet. You could just constantly have the internet.
Well, you're on gun channels.
We're supposed to teach you about guns. That's how we're.
Actually,
this is golf channels.
I have learned quite a bit from these chats.
Yeah, you're going to learn about golf on golfchannels.com. If this was like, I don't know, racquetball.com, you're going to find out. We're here to school you. I don't know shit. Sometimes, there's a lot to learn about guns. That's the problem, man. So you guys start talking about like World War I surplus rifles and shit, I'm out. Like, I actually don't want to learn about certain shit. I don't give a fuck. That's just me. So, but there's something that's what's cool about guns is there's so much to learn and read about and stuff. You'll find something.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, that's I like when you're in DB teaching mode, because sometimes you just like drop some knowledge and like that concealed carry list that Matt did. Like when you were explaining why certain guns were good and some weren't and all that stuff, it's like, wow, dude, this is like DB teacher. But then other times I like DB pot stirrer as well.
Yeah, DB trollster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just be like Desert Eagle #1. That's for me. Desert Eagle #1 concealed carry gun, and have no fucking no real reason behind it. Just fantasy.
So was a Glock 30 too much like a 19?
I said yes because it fits a role, man.
I guess.
Fits a role.
I think our list turned out pretty diverse.
45.
We had a revolver, a couple Glocks, a little single stack doohickey, and like a little compact or medium sized metal one.
Heavy B was getting mad. Like, okay, why are you mad? Well, what's wrong with my list? Like, dude, chill, bro. Like,
The
calm
PX4
down.
made it on there somehow.
The PX4.
I know I
yeah,
voted
man.
for it, but I didn't
I would
think
say
it was gonna
okay.
make-
I mean, fuck. You want a gun with a hammer, right? If you want a gun with a hammer
Yeah.
option on there for
Well, it's got
not for me.
I guess you can like change out the safety to a decocker, right?
Yeah, I think you can buy it like that too.
See, I have no
No, I
problem
want the
carrying a
compact.
double single. I like a double single.
My girl has the compact. It's an awesome gun, but I think there's too many pieces involved. That rotating barrel.
When it first came out, I was interested.
There's like plastic thingies in there.
Yeah.
Other metal parts. There's like that's weird.
I'll
Too
be in
many
teaching mode.
doodads.
Teaching
Yeah,
mode
little
is,
doodads when you field strip it.
it's okay to be in teaching mode. I don't know shit. But I tell you this, carry a fucking big ass gun, heavy gun, should eventually you're gonna have back issues. Or something's gonna be like, ugh. I'm tired of carrying this fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm around that point. I mean, I still stand by. I don't have a problem carrying my CZ, but it is big and heavy, and I want something
not even so
smaller.
bad. That's an aluminum frame one, right? I mean, there's some that are steel frame, like some are aluminum. Anyway, I'm just saying. Ouch.
It's still heavy. You load in fucking 17+1. It's big heavy gun.
I couldn't even get the LCP on that motherfucker, man. So I think the LCR was probably the smallest gun on the list. No one.
Oh,
took the big
were you in there when I corrected for the record the size difference between the LCP and the LC9? It
Yeah.
is quite a bit taller than I thought it was.
Taller, dude. Taller
I'm
is
just
okay.
saying, like looking
I'm
at the
sure it
outline
is.
and stuff, it's
Probably
longer, it's taller.
half inch.
So
I don't know, but I'll tell you what the crazy part is. The fucking LCP loaded is like under 10 ounces. I mean, I think it's 8 points. I mean, it's a joke, dude. I mean, seriously, if you bitch about complaining that I'm carrying that, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. That shit is a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. You know what I mean? That's a joke. It's so light. Looking at the weight of these guns matters too. I just watched this guy. The guy I was talking about earlier fucking did an ammo test with a rack of ribs and a sack of oranges. He had an LCP and an LC9 Pro, and he's doing this whole video, and he was trying to say like how much bigger and heavier the LC9 was, and he's kind of right or whatever. But then at one point he takes his jacket, his winter coat or like a Carhartt jacket, and he shoves one in the one pocket and he shoves the other in the other pocket, and he goes, as you can see, the LC9 is printing a great bit more than the LCP. And I swear to God, they look exactly the same. Like, dude, now you're fucking playing yourself. You know, you can't see what the camera's recording because you can't
I'm
tell the
surprised
difference.
he didn't like put one shoulder down. Like, look, the right side's hanging down super long. Like, it's so much heavier.
It looked exactly the fucking same, dude. It was so, and that's the thing. Like, eventually, if you with your clothing and stuff, the printing isn't going to be a fucking option. It's something to complain about because you're just not going to print with that kind of winter coat on or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, fuck you. I don't
Dude,
worry
I've been
about that.
carrying
I don't
my
worry about that
43
shit now.
appendix.
Nice.
I've been
Yeah,
carrying my
that's,
43 appendix.
why not?
So all I have to do is run out, get gas, run out, get groceries, run out, pick up my kid from school.
It's an awesome gun, man. Guns like that are, that's the thing. Looking at a 43 and a 42, the Glock 380, the Glock 9mm, right? Some people would go, oh, it's like pretty much the same gun. Look at the weight, like it's ounces, like 6 ounces difference or something. Plus it's just that much smaller. Like it's perfect for your front pocket.
It doesn't hurt. You can wear anything.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. I'm jumping over to hit or miss.
Peace out.
Where'd my mouse go?
Later.
Maybe I am. There's my mouse.
I'm here. I'm gonna talk to Dan now.
I thought you put the other link in there.
Trying to talk
Smeggy, you're
again.
still here.
What's
I
the
was
topic?
about to leave
What's
in
the
like 2
fucking
seconds.
topic? Don't fuck around. Tell us the topic.
Should put Pink's link in there.
Don't come on,
It's in
tease
the
us.
lobby. I'll put it in the side.
Tease us. Who's the guests?
There's Pink's. I don't have any idea. I'm not the brains behind the operation.
So
Oh,
you're
God.
part of. So you're the miss part.
He's the Ed McMahon part.
No, I'm the hit part. I'm just not the ideas man.
Well, then you missed.
No, I
Is
make the
tonight
ideas
gonna be-
good. I just don't make them up.
Is tonight going to be a hit or a miss?
Tonight, Night Strike argues why the
That's what I
Para Ordnance Warthog is the best, the best concealed carry gun.
All right, everyone tune in. I'm leaving.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
That's
I love
what
you
I thought.
guys.